I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here. For the day done, you are gonna love over yourself.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Your meats and vegetables, authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, greetings and salutation. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manning's man, and tonight is going to be a very, very exciting, fun-filled night. I have some all-star football analysts, specialists, and panelists joining me. So all I'm going to do is to hide in the background and let the experts, talk about this Jamaica versus El Salvador game. But welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manning's man, and it is my great pleasure to have you joining us for one more show for today. We had some issues today with our special legend, Mr. Neville Oxford. He apologizes, I apologize, and we're going to fix that and get it done. You know, sometimes when persons are more mature in terms of age, it's very difficult to adjust to the technology. So we are going to make it up to you tonight. And so what we're going to do, we're going to give away $500 Digicel credit. All right. And I have a special guest. His name is going to come up, right? His name, well, before I introduce him, right? If you can tell me which team this player played for, then you will get the credit. All right. If you can tell me that when we get there. But before we get there, I want to big up our sponsors, Trick Nick. Trick Nick is a Jamaican-owned company that operates in Canada. They sell authentic Jamaican products using authentic Jamaican herbs and spices. They sell everything you need for doing your jerk and your barbecue, from jerk sauce to jerk marinade, and they also sell curry paste, hot pepper sauce, and they are offering 25% discount on all their products. If you use the code I am sure sports 001, you can visit them and shop at www.tricknick.ca, and they're also on Amazon. I am not going to hold up any longer because I'm so excited about these three gentlemen, and we have a couple more we're going to come on. So I'm going to invite, Chris, the sports guy, has his own channel. This is Chris, you know him. He does commentary on the JPL games. He works presently with Sports Max. All right. So Chris, welcome to the show.
Yes, and I will be doing schoolboy football as well starting next week. So
right, not this week.
Actually Donald is doing the doubleheader this week. I'll be starting next week.
All right. We have also joining us, Mr. Carlton Cloggy Alexander. If I say anything else, you're going to know which team he represented. So I will stop there. And if you can tell me which team he played for, then you will get $500 credit to your cell phone tonight. All right. And we also have Mr. Basil Simmons. He's going to be joining us. If you used to listen to Ari FM, you'd hear him over there very often on Mondays. All right, gentlemen, welcome to the panel. Oh, my Lord. You can't hide, man. Somebody say you used to play for Violet Kickers and what other? Is that correct?
It's right, man.
They left out
That's
any other
half
team?
of the team.
Half of the team?
Half of the teams.
Any other team in the that played in the Premier League?
I played for Siba, you know.
Oh, all right.
A lot of people doesn't know that, but I did one season with Siba.
All right. So
anyway, let me say good night and good night to the panelists, you know.
Go ahead. Yeah,
and
man.
Thanks for having me around, you know.
Yeah, man. Mr. Simmons,
it's a pleasure.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to say good night, and I'm very happy to be on this platform tonight. I see you would remember me from Sandy Bay era. You, Mr. Alexander Carlton, right?
Yeah.
And you know, those are the good football days, sir. But
yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, let us leave that right there. But I'm very happy to be here tonight, right, to share in this program, and I know that good things are in store. You know, just seeing who is on the program tonight. All right, so God bless, and we work. You know, we are not tonight. I must say that we are not gonna degrade any baller or sort of bash
definitely not.
We are going straight to the
encourage the talent, you know.
Nice. We are going straight to the point, right?
Yeah, man. All right, Pesa. So we're going to give it to you. The way you didn't get Siba in there, although I say Donovan Gilpin saying Cornwall College. We're talking about the Premier League, Donovan. So Travis Pesa, you are the winner. We are going to send the credit to you shortly.
Good night, Mr. Pesa.
I should not have asked that question when I see Pesa in here, though, because Pesa everybody from Western Jamaica. But let me start with you, Chris. I mean, what are your expectations heading into the first of two games? We're going to zoom in on the El Salvador games. Given the squad that has been selected, what are your thoughts on what are your expectations of Jamaica, this present crop of players heading into the El Salvador game?
All right, good night, Mr. Simmons. Good night, Mr. Alexander.
Good night.
You know, first off, I want to say it's a pleasure, Mr. Alexander, talking with you as well. My brother was actually a former Premier League player, local league player. So I kind of know all about the local league as well, and I'm also a commentator. But this game is very important. It sets the tone for the game that we're gonna have with the fans on the 16th, which is next week, Tuesday. And the reason why I said this is very important is because you want to go in with confidence, because it is always important to have the 12th man behind you. They always talk about the 12th man, and the 12th man is always the crowd. You have 11 players on the field, but that extra push that you need from the crowd is one that is very important. And I believe this is the right moment for Jamaica to play El Salvador. They're not doing particularly well. I think their last three games have not won in their last three qualifying games. Peso, it is Robbie Scott, you know, Esso Scott Jr., Robbie Scott that played for Tivoli Gardens. So this is the right moment, I believe, for Jamaica to play El Salvador. I want to say I'm very glad that Leon Bailey and Mikel Antonio are back in the squad. I see where Mikel Antonio can be very effective for us, Manning's man, and I see where Leon Bailey can be effective for us as well. And it is so good to have Javane Brown in the squad. Javane Brown is a very good right back. I've seen him play for Vancouver Whitecaps. and he's very good. And I have been watching him from Kingston College days, not just Vancouver. I've been watching him from high school, and he's a very good player. He's a very versatile defender, can play center back, can play left back, and can play right back, and has done great in all three defensive positions. So I think that this is the right time for us to play El Salvador. We're playing in El Salvador. We have had 10 wins against this against this team, even though they've gotten the better of us 5 times. We've played them 21 times. We've gotten the better of them 10 times. They've gotten the better of us 5 times. We've drawn 6 games. The last time we won in San Salvador was 2004, September 2004, when we were, doing that 2006 World Cup campaign. We all know that was in Italy in 2006, the 2006 World Cup campaign. So I think that this is the right moment for us. We're on a better goal difference because Mexico did, in fact, humble El Salvador. And the reason why I said this is the right moment for them, guys, and I'm sure you guys can agree, this is a Mexico team. Had Anthony Grant not been taken off, we would have gotten a point against them. This is the same set of Mexico players. Had we not taken off Anthony Grant, who did very well at the Azteca, defending that area and defending effectively enough that back four, we could have gotten a point against them. And I think that this can be our first 3 points for this November window, and it will give us motivation because, hey, Sergio Dest is injured for USA. I know we should talk about the San Salvador game, but Sergio Dest is injured and Gio Reyna is injured. Please to remember that Sergio Dest was a man that ran rings around Jamaica in that 4-1 drubbing that we had in which Jamal Lowe scored his first goal for Jamaica. And Gio Reyna, who is a creative and quick midfielder for Borussia Dortmund, is out as well. So I think that this is the right moment to play El Salvador, and this is just a godsend for us, but we have to make use of our opportunity because I believe we can beat El Salvador in San Salvador, and I believe we can beat the United States in the National Stadium.
Thanks, Chris. Sir Alexander, what say you? I mean, what are your expectations of the Jamaican team, especially the squad that has been selected heading into the game against El Salvador?
Okay. First and foremost, I expect a victory, right? But we gotta be careful how we approach this game. Away games has always been tricky, very tricky games. So you gotta be careful. So it's all about the tone that we set early, the approach, and the desire. We have to have that desire to win. So we be aggressive. Aggressive at the first whistle, wanting to win this game. Yeah. Without that, we can buck trouble. Have to be hungry. So it's always set the tone early, how we approach this game, and how we want to win this game. El Salvador, we cannot underestimate them. Don't underestimate no opponent. No matter what. Have to be a positive approach. So therefore, depends on the shape that Tapa put out there. Players that he put out there. What they will bring to the game. All right? We know we have quality in this squad. A lot of quality this time around. So if this quality is there, I don't know what shape, what formation he's going to play, but he has a lot of quality here and depth. So if he put a team that is hungry, because, I mean, he's around the team, he knows the players, right?
Yeah.
He knows who can do what on a given day. So therefore, I'm thinking, Tapa, be positive. Put the players out there who want to win.
Be positive from the beginning of the game.
first whistle. You gotta show it, set the tone.
Yeah.
Therefore, once the referee blow this game, no matter what, just take the crowd out. Don't listen to no crowd. You know what you want, you know where you're going for. So just be positive about that. Be motivated about that. You know? So once you have that, then I think you can get a positive result in this game, which is what we need to set the tone for the next game, which is USA game. So it's all about each game now, treat it as a do or die game, because it can set the tone for the future.
All right.
Meaning the games that come after this game.
Okay.
So this game is all a stepping stone for us.
Right. So we need to really, like I said, just be aggressive from the whistleblower.
Yeah, you can't wait. You can't think say for instance, it's gonna come. You have to want it, so you go for it. And that's what I'm saying. Whether you're gonna eye press as the game start or whatever, I would eye press as the game start, because you gotta show win the ball as far as upfield, turn it over to a goal scoring opportunity. That is how you have to approach the game and think about the game. A lot of times we back off. No, we don't have no time to back off of anything right now. We gotta go at the whistle, wanting it right there, right in their face, right down in their throat, you know? Yeah. That's how I would approach it.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, man. All right. So we hear from Chris, we hear from Carlton. What say you, Mr. Simmons? Go ahead, Mr. Simmons. What are your thoughts? What are your expectations heading into this game?
All right. What I'm looking at is that we have the best squad from we started this campaign. This has been the best squad that has been picked. I am seeing that even the Mexico match, we were backing off too much, and like Chris, I think it was Carton was saying that, you know, we got to press. We can't get too much space, man, and allow our opponents. And with all we play the backing half game there, we should have gotten a point from that game. All right, so El Salvador, from the whistleblower, we got to be positive about what we are doing. That also depends on who is going to be playing this match. And I noticed that some very prominent people have been dropped from the last squad. You know, that was out there, but still, that isn't to say that we are not having one of the best squad right now on paper that can do something. I know that El Salvador, and those who don't know those side of the world, who know that they are gonna have this game as the one that they want to win to, and they must win. And so they are coming. They're gonna do everything just to get us shaken up. And maybe they will start with the spectators who to tell. So we got to go there positive. We got to go there knowing that even if they beat Jom and they make nice at our hotel, we are gonna still, you know, overcome that hurdle and go and perform and the given there. What I realized even in the Canada match is that we had a few chances where we could have, you know, get a better result. We could have get a better result from Canada, right? But these are all under the bridge now, and we got to see the games that are ahead of us now as the games that we are going to press to win. This El Salvador team is not a walkover still. It's not a walkover. And don't believe that, you know, because they are at the bottom of the table, that, you know, they're not a walkover, right? They run hard and they press also. So I am thinking now that we need to have our best 11, you know, from the whistles, from the referee blow his whistle, the best 11. Don't hold back any player, right? I don't know if you want, but I'm looking at a couple players that with more just give a little taste, you know, and then he's like reserving certain players. No, I am saying let the player then play, man. Grant should have played the whole of the match. I'm not seeing through the eye of the coach as what is expected of a coach. I'm not seeing that, right? I coach not to that extent, but I coach under 12, and I'm seeing that they got to hear what you said, man. If you said, man, mark this man, right? There were two players on Canada side that were just having their field day against us, right? Honduras also. Last night when I revisit the match, I was shocked to see the amount of chances that Honduras got on us. So we got to tighten up. We got to pull up our socks, man, and we got to say this is a do or die game. And we got to go out there and we got to perform. I don't know, but I sense that he's gonna leave off. He's gonna leave off. I just sense that he's gonna leave Watson off. I just have the feeling, but I am saying if he's hearing us, you need to know that he's 37 experience, he's physically fit. He got to be in the starting 11.
Okay, all right.
Got to be in the starting 11, and yeah, and what I'm saying again is that from Bobby Reed, from he got COVID, he's not the same. He's not the same Bobby Reed. That's a quality player. He's not the same Bobby Reed.
Well, a couple of things.
Bear that in mind.
A couple of things. A couple of things I will say is that one, with the spectator issue, there are going to be some restrictions in El Salvador because they were fined. I don't know if you're aware of that. So
yeah,
there's a possibility. Well, what the report said is that there will be no spectators behind either goals, right? Because they had some issues in their last game. I think it was a Mexico game, and they had some issues in the USA game, I think, which was at home. I think 2 persons were carded, 1 Mexican, and in fact, one of the better, let me say this, Jacobo, I think, is his name Jacobo? How is it pronounced, Chris? Jacobo, the El Salvadorian center back, he's red carded.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be out. And Patillo, who is one of their key central midfielder, is on a couple of yellow cards, and he's going to be out as well. There are also 2 of the better persons in terms of winning the ball in the air. And you know that the Central Americans, they are a little bit shorter. So I see this as something that we can capitalize on. I can't say I agree with you, though, Basil, Haka. And here's why, because Haka wasn't brought into the team to start in the first place. He was brought in the team that in the case of an emergency, he would be brought in. All right, we are not in an emergency right now, so I can't see him starting in the game. Right, that is my thoughts. But like, Chris, what about you? Are they coming out because we won the last game, and many coaches would say, if it don't broke, don't fix it. Right? Would you make changes, and if so, how many changes would you make? Seeing that you also want to develop a level of consistency with the team.
All right. I've always heard that if it's not broke, don't fix it. But that doesn't mean it can't be improved. Something can be improved, but it's not necessarily broken. I necessarily would not have Haka if Anthony Grant is there, on the basis that Haka would play as the person that would intercept the plays as a central midfielder. He's not the person that will go up and attack. He's not the person that will start a lot of the attacks for the Jamaicans. So Haka would basically play how Anthony Grant is playing as a central defensive midfield. So I believe once Anthony Grant is back, I think that Haka would have to either come on as a substitute or stay on the bench. To say that Haka was fit, he wasn't, because it was only 2 games Haka played, and I was the commentator for both games for Humble Lion. So Hakan wasn't necessarily match fit, Mr. Simmons, but he came in as a substitute, used those games, Markio, to get his fitness, and he has improved his fitness. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think I would have Haka there as in my starting 11. No, here's the funny thing. 4-2-3-1 is a good formation because we have a notable CDM that can sit in front of the back four, and we have a roaming CDM that can switch with Ravel Morrison, because I believe that Ravel Morrison has to be in that starting 11.
Yeah.
He's one of our most creative midfielders, and he has to be there. He sees things that a lot of those midfielders in our Jamaica national team don't see. And he has those defense splitting passes. His through balls are the best of the team. So I think that he needs to start. I would actually give... I think Mariappa has played well as a wing back. He really showed that he could play wing back still from Watford days, but I just think that Javane Brown should start. I think that Javane Brown is a very good player. I think that Javane Brown is good both ways, attacking and defending. So I would have maybe a 4-2-3-1. So I would have Lowe and Liam Moore. I think that Liam Moore and Lowe is a very good centre-back pairing. I don't think it has gotten enough time to be a good centre-back pairing, but I'd love to see them in this game against El Salvador. And yes, you did say Mario Jacobo. He's not going to be playing because he's red-carded. So you would have Liam Moore, in my opinion, and Damian Lowe. You would have Taximan Lawrence, and you would have Javane Brown. Those are my defensive line for the forward back. Person say 4-4-2. If it's a 4-4-2, I'd have Grant, Ravel, Bailey, and Corey Burke. And then I'd have Kemar Roof and Shamar Nicholson up front. But if it's a 4-2-3-1, I would have Grant and Speedy as the two CDMs, because then you would have Speedy as a roaming CDM to interchange, because Devon Speedy Williams do have a good passes as well. So I'd have him interchange with Ravel, because as you know, Mannings, man, I'm going to club football in the Newcastle game, and I know that I know you don't like to talk about Manchester United because you're an Arsenal fan, but in the Newcastle game when they played that 4-2-3-1, the reason why Pogba was so effective is because you had Nemanja Matic, who is a true CDM that sits in front of the back four, but then he was able to interchange with Bruno, who was the true central attack in midfield. So I think we can do that with Ravel and Devon Speedy Williams. I can also say that Ravel has to play that central attacking midfield role. I would give Bailey that left midfield role as well, but I would put Corey Burke, because Corey Burke works hard on that right-hand side. And I think that Shamar Nicholson would come on to cause some problem, but I'm not sure if Shamar would. I would have Kemar Roof up there or Shamar Nicholson, because as you said, the man Mario, he's not going to be there. So the guy that wins the ball in the air for El Salvador, the guy that mainly wins the ball in the air for El Salvador, he's not going to be there. So why not put a tall person up there? So to me, it's kind of
6-7 now goes in the other.
It's very difficult. But me, I would have a 4-2-3-1 just because you know you have a CDM that is there, and then you have a roaming midfield that acts as a false CDM to interchange with Ravel Morrison. So in my opinion, that is my starting eleven. The only problem is that right midfield and striking role. Who would you put there? I leave it up to the experts, Mr. Simmons and Alexander, to decide on that one.
Yeah.
You're muted, Mannings, man.
All right.
Mr. Simmons, I need to go to Sir Alexander first to kind of hear from him, like what would be his, what would be your changes, like let me say the same thing. If it don't broke, don't fix it. What would be your options in terms of would you change a team, and if so, who do you bring in? Because players have turned up now, and probably how you do you want to set up your team for this El Salvador game, and this is just for El Salvador.
Yeah, I always believe that each game is a different approach. You can't go in a game and you're thinking of the past game, even if you won, right? It's a different opposition now. So I always think of the best strength that what is available, the best team in terms of experience and quality. If you check this Jamaica squad right now, what was available for the last game, we use it. We didn't have no choice. But this game now, we have choices. And the choices come with experience, quality, and more talent. So therefore, I would make a couple changes. Yeah. But the desire, as I said before, have to be in these changes. So the coach have to know what these players around him mood is. Right? If the mood is positive and this player look hungry, then he's gonna go here because he's gonna be a better player than the one before. All right. I would go with I would add Leon more to the back line with Low.
Okay, so you'd also replace you'd also replace Javon Watson as well.
Yeah, I would take out Javon because I'm not so sure if Javon have the legs in terms of his fitness. And I think Javon, even though that game he holds his own, the mileage is kind of working on Javon at this stage, you know, in terms of his age and his I would say his flexibility, his awareness and his sharpness. So more would look like a better option to me in terms of condition and strength and all of that, and his youth. So I would go in him. I would switch Mariappa to the right back. I would let Mariappa stay at the right back position. I think Mariappa.
So you keep him on for this game.
For this game, yeah, Mariappa. What I think with Mariappa, he brings experience to the game and he works hard. And even the games before, I was seeing Mariappa as the wing back. Even for Powell. Powell. Even for Powell, I'll go with Mariappa over Powell because I think Powell has lost some of his rhythm, lost some of his confidence.
Definitely.
In the past games. Yeah, if you look at his game, he turned over a lot.
Yeah, and
Mariappa is more of a no-nonsense.
I think injuries is one of the reasons why
he's very risky. He plays very risky and he give up space on his side.
Right.
He give up a lot of space on his side. So what I think I will go for Mariappa because to me, Mariappa is this no-nonsense player who just want to get the job done. You know? So I would go for Mariappa and then Taxi game, there's no one to replace Taxi there, but I think Taxi need to lift his game. Last couple of games, he was off a little, you know? Even with his crosses and his pinpoint passes that we're normally accustomed to Taxi and his work rate wasn't there, you know? But you still have to go with him because I don't think we have a better left back there in the country. In the middle now, I think I'll make some changes. I think I'll add Ravel there because of Ravel experience and talent. But I still go for Speedy and Grant because Grant, I got to play Grant. He's a ball winner. He works hard. And he get the job done in terms of distributing. He doesn't try overdo or overshadow anything. He does work, win the ball, distribute. And that's what you need to keep a balance. So if you have that balance with what Speedy bring to the game now, Speedy distribution, he plays very simple to me. Simple player, controlled pass. That's what you need. You know? Take it into the space now. This is what I think Ravel can bring to the game. Because sometimes you have to attack the space. So if you can get Ravel attacking this space, then we can do Speedy passing, Ravel attacking the space, and then you have Grant just sit there, just break up whatever. Go across, sweep across, and make a break up whatever, and distribute. Then we have a balance there. Because you can't have everybody want to go, you have to have somebody what sit and make sure say he maps up all, Because if
So,
everybody get caught, then we're in problem going
so you go
forward.
for a 4-2-3-1 in this instance then.
I'm thinking that our 4-3-3, I don't know what is in top of head, but I'm thinking 4-3-3 are the four have two, even if you wanna have Speedy sit with Grant and then Ravel in front, whichever way, but you have to have rotation though, because sometimes you gotta know when someone come in a zone, you got to switch on the other zone to keep the balance. That's what I used to have with the understanding when I was playing with Delton Clark. If he comes in my zone, which I'm in the right side, and he come in, I automatically switch around to the left to keep the balance. So you have to have players who are aware what is going on.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So that is where the chemistry come in and the gelling. If they gel quickly, I don't know if they have enough time, then you can get that rotation and that fluency,
I believe that that Speedy and Grant had played in those two
and they have an understanding, right?
And they had a good understanding. I think that, like I said, you would have him switch with Ravel. So if Ravel comes deep, he that he goes forward, or if Ravel sees that Speedy is going forward, Ravel can drop a little bit deeper.
The two. I think when I'm saying that now, I think if we are building and they join, because you can't be sitting, midfielders can't be sitting back now. Midfielders need to go forward, box to box, looking for goal, looking for a shot, or keeping the game flowing. You can't be just sit there like you understand thinking about defense. If Speedy and Ravel can join and Grant sit there, the front three, or whatever shape it plays, then we have a balance. But you have to have players coming forward. I always want to see this in Jamaica team where we have some explosive midfielders that can come forward and go back. If you notice, most time when we attack or counter attack, it's just 2 or 3 players. No, we need 5, 6, 7, so we can trade passes, get out of a shot, get back in our zone. So it depends on the shape, the style, or how you want to zone it. So what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying before. If you want to high press or you want to low press, whichever way you want to do it, but you have to have a plan. Then you have to play Bailey because of Bailey quality. You're gonna bring quality to the team. You just want to know that Bailey is on top of his game for Friday. So what I mean? And if you get Bailey in his A game, then we can have a victory. But he has to be hungry. He has to be calm. He has to be calculated, level-headed in what he want to do and do it sharply. We have to be sharp. You see what I mean? Then you have to play Antonio. Antonio bring the that work rate that you need from an offense that can press a defender, win it from a defender and turn it into goal. If you know that with Antonio, even if you watch Antonio he play, he harass defenders. So what I mean? So if we can get Antonio and Bailey on top of their game, wanting this game, working for this game, then we good. I'll play Shamar up top. But what I want to play Shamar, because of his height and strength, but what I want to see Shamar do more is keeping this ball. He plays into him, Shamar sometimes loses it too easily. Shamar need to hold on to this ball, possess this ball, keep this ball. So what I mean? If he can get that in his game, he'll be a top player now. Yeah. But he cannot be getting it and losing it. Getting it and want to touch back. So Shamar have to be sharper, work on his first touch. Once he played into him, gotta keep it, shield his ball, and then you play it and then you move,
Yeah.
Break down to get behind it. So if Shamar can give you that game, get the crosses in and Shamar with his eye, get a header off or a shot off, then we can have a positive game and a positive result.
All right.
That would be the starting team for them.
All right, awesome. Like that. Like,
I don't know Mr. Simmons.
Yeah, like the feedback. But before I get to Mr. Simmons, before I get to you, let me welcome Coach Minzy from the coaches desk, big program over there. The man who says style and the flavor have the city lock. You understand me? Welcome, Coach Minzy. And then we have the tag boss, aka Unseen Sports TV, Javan. Good to have you. The man who is going all around town getting all the schoolboy information. But the man who have the city lucky look like I embed him of lucky now. Coach means what go on.
But there, no. Good night, Manins. Good night to the other gentlemen. Yeah, man. Me not really have to stay long, but just come pass through, you know.
You know, pass through. Give us your feedback and then running up because we know that you had a long day today. You had training. So what we're talking about? Somebody are getting now. Yeah, right. Talk to us about what you think a possible lineup could look like and how many changes would you make to the team? Because I hear people say that the starting 11 has been leaked and all of them kind of things, you know. But what say you? I mean, how many changes would you make to the official? You want laughing, you want to talk, I don't know. Let me say, put you on the spot. And you want me to take you off the spot?
All right, you know the problem, Manins, why that question is tough? You see, because of nobody really can fathom the coach and what he will do. So sometimes you go out on the limb and say you're going to select this person or you're going to move this person. And then the next day you see a squad or the starting 11 and it is total opposite from what you. So the coach really knows what he wants. So if I'm going to say take out this person and take out that person, I don't think it will necessarily work for the coach because I can't really read his mind. But for me, I think we have been deliberating this idea of who to take out, and trust me, tough. They say you can't have Leon Bailey in the squad and he's on the bench and all of these things. So I guess we'd have to take out Flemings and put in Leon Bailey, the winning side. How many players, like you rightfully say, we could change from that side? Fisher, would you change him? Javon Watson was in the defense. Will you remove him and put in
Liam Moore?
Moore? It's a tough thing. Would you use Mariappa instead of Alva Spoiler or Javian Brown? Trust me, man. We just wait for to see the 11.
I think the problem.
Predict 11. It's too problematic.
All right, boss. All right. I hear you. All right, Sir Simmons, and then we'll come to Addison. What say you?
Going along with Chris, but the defense line totally. Chris was saying up front fine. The middle people with Morris fine. But when it comes to the defense, I'm saying I need people who can tackle, you know, man. And Watson to me is one of the man where the only thing we fret upon him, you know, is a red card, you know. Right? All right. And we were saying Powell Burkman. Powell is a tackler. You know, we can't leave up the back. We can't leave up the back to some slides. You can a ball of them, you know, but them slides run at the back. No, you have to put people who put pressure upon you. So find it the up front look good, yes. But trust me, I'm going to do me no. Taxi, Powell, Low, and Taxi, Powell, Low. Who have again? And Watson.
Watson. But yeah, hold on. Let me ask you something, because you made a point. You said that Haka is going to tackle, but here's what you said. The one problem you have is that you're fret about him getting a red card. But is that a big problem when a man is
a big problem because you leave out your defense once if he gets a red card? Because I mean, I would want composure. I've been watching Liam Moore playing for Reading this season, and the coach himself said that when Liam Moore went out with an injury, he was fretting for the back line because the composure that Liam Moore has shown in the defense for Reading, he is capable of showing it for Jamaica. I don't want somebody who my worry is for them to get a red card when the main objective for you is to tackle, but be smart with your tackle so that you don't get a red card. I don't want to do that. Alvas Powell has lost his defensive touch. He has. And I prefer, because I watched both Alvas Powell when he was playing Also, when he was playing back for Inter Miami and switch teams, I've been watching him, and I also been watching Javane. And defensively, Javane has been better than Alvas Powell. And Alvas Powell wasn't bad defensively when few years ago, but he has lost his defensive touch.
Sorry, Chris, to add to that too, I think
Brown.
Chris, sorry to butt in, Chris, but I think Javane is also good going forward, because if you watch him for Vancouver Whitecaps, he has been swinging in some very good crosses and giving assists in that team. But again,
somebody that is versatile, that can go forward and defend as well. So I mean, you're Mr. Simmons, you're starting 11, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the fear of somebody getting a red card as your defender, I think that is the most major problem that you would have for a centre back. So I would prefer Liam Moore and Damian Lowe.
Yeah, but like I said, Mr. Simmons, remember when Tapper himself said it, you know, that he was bringing in Haka because of emergency, like almost to stop a gap in case there's an emergency. It's just Haka is like a fire extinguisher. You don't walk around using it when you don't have an emergency. There is no fire now, so he needs to be hanging. You understand me? That play. But that's what I understand an emergency player mean. But like I say, it's your team. Then Alvas is coming off an injury. If you want to start any of these guys, it would have to be unmerited. It would have to be Fisher, because Fisher played in that position and he scored. Now you may talk about his defensive vulnerabilities. For some reason, I feel like Mariappa would be a good option over there. But the thing is that the El Salvadorian team, they are not fast in terms of sprinting, but they play very fast because they move the ball fast. So you need, in your defense, you can't play Mariappa and Haka. So one must bench. All right. And I think if you're going to use any of them, I believe that Mariappa is in better condition and maybe even a little faster than Haka. Anything you want to say, and then I'll have Unseen come on and share. Go ahead, Mr. Simmons. I'm giving you about the floor, and if you have anything to share.
All right. Yeah, I think I was looking at my mic like it's mute, but all right. I was saying that we have those four guys have been proven, and watching the Gold Cup things 2 years ago, I was sensing that if we have people working together over a period of time, you know, they would do a better job than you bringing some new man. Them can't work, yes, but them don't know the place, they don't know the surrounding, so they're gonna just work, probably asking question. But I'm looking at the four guys, and I wouldn't be surprised. Listen what I'm saying now. I wouldn't be surprised if those are the four guys that Whitmore start, because I'm sensing that he want people to feel that somebody's around there. When I defend them, man, people need to feel you. They make man just run past it like exist.
But I'm saying that, don't you think that they will run past Haka?
No, man. I'm not saying that they won't run past, but I'm saying that the experience go along with the play, you know.
Yeah.
Don't look at the 37-year-old.
No, I'm not talking about his age. I'm talking about his pace. I am saying that he has slowed down incredibly.
But I told you that I revisit the match, today, and look at him moving. He wasn't moving that slow.
Well, I watched the game today. I watched the game today, right? And the Honduras team wasn't playing a lot of balls through the channels. So what you didn't see is Haka in a lot of one-on-ones. You didn't see that.
They were playing mostly flank.
Right, and then they hit the ball into this tall here guy who was trying to head them from the back post and thing. But when they play against El Salvador, they are shorter, so they're not going to try to square the ball a whole lot. They're going to play a ball through the channel, which I think is going to affect the foot speed of Haka.
And here's the thing, man. Also, the reason why Haka, and I'm not knocking Haka, because he was a part of the CONCACAF team of the week, with those clean sheets. But one of the reasons why Haka was able to do so well defensively because he had formidable defenders there with him, persons that were able to, if somebody runs past Haka, he was able to clean up the mess. Like somebody was there to defend. I'm not saying that Haka is not going to be in the squad. I just won't have him as my starting 11. If somebody as a national team plugs their plays through the middle of the park and pressures that defense, Mr. Simmons, I believe that Haka is going to come under a lot more pressure and it's going to be more susceptible to us scoring goals. I don't want to have my defender having to go and force into bad tackles to put us further in more problems and possibly a man short if his tackle is bad enough to warrant a red card. That is what I don't want. So that's the reason I wouldn't have Haka as my centre back. Yes, he tackles here and there, but as you said, the main problem for Haka is the main problem for a centre back that you don't want. You don't want them to be getting a card and putting themselves in any danger.
Yeah. All right. Unseen Sports. Go ahead and then I'll share some stats. I wanted Coach Miller to come on because he shared some very interesting stats about El Salvador that I'm going to bring up a little. But go ahead. Unseen.
You hearing me?
Yeah, man, we heard you.
Good night, panelists. Good night, everybody in the comment section. Yeah, with the Aka situation now, I am personally against Aka in the team, because I think Jamaica play with 10.5 person on the field, personally, right? He should not start in the game. If you watch Jerry Miller analysis on Aka, in the midfield and in the centre-back position, very poor, walking, pointing, and players to pass the ball somewhere like he's a coach on the field. That's unacceptable, right? I don't know how CONCACAF really put him in the I think they make a big blunder because there must be somebody perform better than him in the whole week. I don't know how he made that team, I swear, because I don't see what he's doing on the field. All right, most of the teams that we played didn't penetrate on his side, as what Manningsman said before. I think those teams the analyzers for the games may scout that now, and if Aka play, we are going to in dangerous problems. Football is watching and learning, because if I was Canada, I would tell Alphonso Davis, when you get the ball, play, go on Aka side and try to get something from the game, right? But as what coaches, Mr. Minzy said, it's very difficult to really, know what Tapa will do. It's very difficult, but I think I will stick with most of the players, but I will take out Watson, put in more. Fisher, I will give Fisher a star because of his merit, the game that he played in Honduras. And I would start. I'll play a 3-5-2 system with Antonio and Nicholson up front.
So it would be in the 5.
Who in the midfield?
Who would be in the 5?
The midfield with Grant, Ravel, and Speedy.
So you're not starting Leon Bailey?
No.
Okay.
Are
you not starting Kemar Roof?
No.
Hey, I'm lucky that Mr. Butler is not on this live. I would be afraid he would just jump off same time.
So why wouldn't you start? Why wouldn't you start Kemar Roof? Because Kemar Roof has been a very good and instrumental player in the last game. I mean, his work rate is up there, and not only work rate, he's a very skillful player, and he also draws foul. And the El Salvador team is not very good at set pieces. So why, on what merit would you not start Roof?
Kemaru, yeah.
It's a toss up with him and Ravel. Both players can do the same thing. So it's a toss up with him and Ravel for me.
No. Why you want to put him there? Why you don't put him up front and drop one of those strikers?
No, I think with the short players, that El Salvador have, and we have those big, tall forward with Nicholson and Antonio. We're getting those crossing, we can score a lot of goals. So that's why I want big forwards up there, big forwards to close the game from early out.
Right.
That's my thought.
All right then. Mr. Alexander, I want to ask you because you play with one of the premier centre backs in Jamaica. You had a team at one point that had like a Winston Anglin also. You play with Duran Tati Brown, you captained the team. You had like a Twinnybog who was, at one point when he came back to Wadada, he was up in his age. And I mean, you even played up to a good age. I don't know if you're a 38, but I mean, what do you think about Javan Watson at 38 in a national team and starting when you have a squad like this?
Well, his inclusion in the team was a surprise to me, knowing that I was saying his pace has left him, his age is not sharp enough. So the younger boy is gonna run rings on him. So I was surprised he was even called to the squad. If you check the last game to this game, you're gonna start wondering what you have him in the squad as a defender or a midfielder. So by choice, he played the last game at the center because we didn't have players. We have a lot of injuries. So would you pick him over someone now who is sharper, fitter, younger? So that is where I put Aka. If he's gonna play over more or low, no. Because he wasn't picked as a defender, but he fill a gap. So he's like a utility player, can fit in here and there for someone. But his age is what is bothering me. Because Aka, at a younger age, I wasn't seeing him at that beaming of a player. He was competent enough, but at his age now, I think it has left him. So you're going to play him. I mean, guys, when I say Aka shouldn't play, I don't see Aka at that as a power player, an impact player at this time for us.
You became a utility player, Mr. Alexander, when Liam Moore was injured because
that's what I'm saying. He came in because we had injured players. So why are you going to pick him as a defender now?
Yeah,
and the midfielder that is available now, I don't see Aka playing over them. You see what I mean?
Yeah, with Ravel available now, Anthony Grant available.
Speedy,
it's very difficult for Aka to come into this defend.
Because what Aka bring to the game, the other players also bring to the game.
Yeah, I see a very interesting comment. I can't remember who put it up. But it is for you, Unseen, and I think it's a very, very good comment. Let me see if I can find it. He said, this is a comment. He says, I can understand leaving out Bailey since he's not on form. But if you start Fisher and Merritt, Roof should be there, provided your logic. So if you're playing people, if you're going to play Fisher and Merritt, why Roof scored, but you're not playing him on Merritt? Why?
What I said before was that for me, if Ravel, it's between Ravel in my team, it's between Ravel and Roof. So Ravel on a good day, we can mash up any team. Roof also. So it's between the two of them. I don't know which one to pick.
So why you can't play the two of them?
Huh?
Why you can't play both of them?
So someone love to sit.
Yes.
Someone. All right. So based on how we attack, we want to, have that compactness in defense on the transition from attack to defense. So if we drop one of the D mid, one of the defensive midfielder, it may cause a little problem defensively.
Let me
We
ask
have
you a question.
problems.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go
What
ahead.
about playing them on quality?
Huh?
The more talented players. What do you think about that? Say,
Play the more talented players.
To a Bailey or Antonio to a Roof. So
All right.
I would play them after the better talent, the better quality what they bring to the game. What do you think about?
You have to look on how these players play for Jamaica differently from their clubs. Understand? Some of these players don't play that well for Jamaica. They play brilliant for their clubs.
You know what I would do though? This is just my thought. If I'm playing a 4-3-3, I would, if I start Bailey, then the choice comes down in that because I'm starting Roof. So I would go with a 4-4-2 because I want to start Roof. That's me. All right. So I'm using.
So who will left out?
So that's what I'm going to give to you now because I'm going to do it, man. In my defense, right? In my defense, this is just me. I'm starting Liam Moore, Kemar Lawrence, Damian Lowe, and I'm starting Mariappa. That's me. All right.
That's like mine.
Right. In midfield, Grant starts for me. All right. And Speedy, because I believe Speedy can help with our transition. All right. No. So that's two right there. Or I can go 4-2-3-1. So let me go use the 4-2. So that's the 2. Kind of same thing like Mr. Alexander, right? So Roof starts for me. Bailey starts for me. And I'm starting Shamar and Antonio. Right? One of them have to play.
So you put down Ravel?
Yeah, because somebody have to bench.
Oh. But you're gonna play Roof from midfield?
Yeah, so because it's a 4-2-3-1, says a number 10.
Oh,
so you're not starting Fisher?
I'm playing Mariappa over there. That's me. I could start Fisher.
So not giving Fisher is right.
Reggie, somebody have to bench. Everybody can't start, you know. I am not selecting it based on merit.
But I think
based on merit.
It's formation.
I think that Ravel is a better number 10 for me.
Than Roof.
Roof, yeah. Roof plays better as a striker than a number 10 to me.
The better ball handler.
Oh, hold on. Coach,
hold on. Put Roof as a central attacking mid. When
Coach Minzy, hold on. Let me ask Coach Minzy, what position has Roof been playing? Isn't it a number 10 position? Or is it
for Jamaica?
For Jamaica.
Yeah, for me, I've seen him playing the number 10 position. Because he basically get a free one. I think the first game he played on the wing. Yeah. On the left wing. But other games, I think he has been playing the central attacking. And we had a debate on my channel about it. If Roof should play that position.
Are you in a playback? Sir.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I said I think that we had a long discussion on it on my channel. If Roof can play CAM and all of that was being discussed. But for me, in the last game, I saw him playing the CAM. And big up to everybody in the comment section.
Yeah, man. I could even bench Mariap and start Fisher, you know. Because that would not be an issue for me. I could understand that. But listen, at the end of the day, somebody has to bench. Right?
Yeah, we're only juggling them around, you know. So we don't know what the coach gonna do.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. Simmons, what say you? You're muted. Go ahead. You're muted. All right, hold on.
The coach would drop from the list of the 24.
Yeah.
Were Javon, Brown, Pinnock, Johnson, Maggie, Jamal Lowe. Those were guys that were in the squad before the match before this. You understand? So I keep on saying that.
No, but Javon Brown is in this team, you know.
Javon Brown.
Javian Brown is in this team, you know.
Javian Brown. Yeah, Pinnock.
No, Pinnock was not here last time around.
Pinnock. Jamal Lowe.
Only Jamal Lowe and Andre Gray who were in the last team, and Maggie are
was
not
in.
Yeah.
But yes, but I keep on saying that as a young quality player, you know, I don't know Maggie. To me, Maggie is getting a raw deal, you know. Maggie should be in any squad, any Jamaican squad. I'm not saying in the team, no. I'm saying if you call up 24 players, he should be in it. You know, what is left then if the coach decide that, well, he's not gonna make it the starting or even come off the bench, well, I wouldn't see a problem with it. But come on, man. 24 players and you can, a good young quality player can get to come in the squad, you know. So then again, people would say everybody can play. You understand? But I'm saying we are stretching too much. We are just hearing about a player. We said, well, it looked good in his club, bring him to Jamaica. And if you play like a one match, it's hard for you to really come across as really a quality player now. Mikel Antonio was one of them who caught in the trap. Against Panama, he was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, but I don't think, to be fair to the players, I don't think we should use the Panama game. I always tell people, I don't use the Panama game to measure. Yes, so we already all agree to that. So don't judge Antonio or Roof or any other players.
Ravel.
Or Ravel or DJ.
I wouldn't take our Ravel in that game.
Yeah, because that game was a disaster for many reasons.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
I don't even want to get into that because there were so many things wrong in that game.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think we need to use this now because if you guys really look at it, you know, like we said, the one of their better defenders is out with a red card. We play El Salvador, right, on Friday. On Tuesday, El Salvador is at home to Panama. And Panama, who I think that carrying this man, I believe he's from Norway. Correct me if I'm wrong. He has been the coach of Panama. Denmark, right. Yeah. He has been able to really have them play some good passing football, Panama. And they have really shown it. So they're going to go to Panama to play Panama. We're playing USA at home. Plus, we're going to El Salvador, who one of their starting center backs has a red card, so he won't be playing in this game. I just think that this November window is right. It's just right for us to go and take 3 points from both games. But as Mr. Alexander said, you cannot take these games lightly because both of these teams can collect 3 points against us if we're not careful. We'll have to be able to go into this game with confidence, yes, but we'll have to go in there with a game plan that makes us play free-flowing football and that we can get 3 points. We have the players that can score goals. We have the players that can pass and get into dangerous positions. We need to get 3 points and we need to get it in these two games.
Let me ask, Natty Congo is asking you, Mr. Simmons. He says, ask Mr. Simmons if Maggie should still be called up even though he cannot make his club match day team. So he's asking you that question. What are your thoughts on that?
Let me try answer
Hold on.
before.
Go ahead, Coach Minzy.
Yeah, I
Hold on there, Coach Minzy. You're muted, Mr. Sim. Go ahead, no, Coach Minzy. Yeah, go ahead, Coach Minzy.
Yeah, man. I was saying that I interviewed Maggie on the coaches desk, and I asked him that same question: why are you not playing in the team? He said this could be one of the reasons, even though it might not be the only reason. He's saying how the team plays. He's not fitting into the system. So it's not a matter of his talent or his ability to play football. It's just that he believes that how the team plays, this sit back behind the ball, they are not a possessive sort of ball team. So it's not working for him based on the system that they have. He's saying that if he wasn't good, he would have still been in the U23 team. He's in the first team. I don't know that if that will suffice the person who asked the question, but yeah, man, I had him on the show, and that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Big up to Jerry Miller.
Yeah, man. Anything you want to add to that, Mr. Simmons?
Yeah, just to say that we in Jamaica, I don't know, we are not seeing our talent until they are overgrown, until they are big men, and Maggie is one of them. It's just plain as day that he's a quality young player. And all I need right now is match practice. Him, as he was saying I listened to coach, as he was saying on that, is that you see where people are saying things that, you need to pull up his socks and he's gonna do that. But I am looking at it from this angle that even the coach himself, Mr. Whitmore, when we call on a program like this and say, Mr. Whit, and he was a young man then, I say, a little baller from Seaborn. One man said, no, Basilo can't put a man like that into slight. He can't play my midfield. You understand? So I am saying that you got to you see the quality in the young man.
Yeah, but what the people are saying though is that the national team is not where a player need to come and pull up them socks. They need to come to the national team with them socks, with the socks is up.
Right up to the knee.
Right up to the knee. So maybe what they're saying is, no, everybody will agree that he's a quality player, But I mean, again, given this team right now, when you have a Rafael Morris that plays in that position, we're saying that a Kemar Roof can play there, and you bring in a Lamar Walker. Now, I believe that Maggie is a quality player, and I don't want him to be one of those, other players who just fall through the cracks. But I'm saying though that maybe there's a part of this that will help him to probably improve aspects of his game. You understand me? But I would love to have seen him in the squad. But it's not like I am upset that he's not, because then they have brought in a Ravel and a Lamar Walker, which is the next young player.
The most important thing, management, that we should look at is Lamar Walker is getting a lot of games for Miami, and he's doing well over there. So, I mean, you have to look at that. And yes, I understand. I've been watching Tyreek McGee from Jamaica College. As persons know, I did some commentary on some of his games. He's silky smooth. On a good day, he's silky smooth with the ball. Ball can be glued to his feet when he wants it to. That's how good Tyreek McGee is. He's ambidextrous, but he's better he can kick with both feet, but he's stronger, he says, with his left. That's what he said. And I did watch the interview, and I agree. Maybe it is that the system that they're playing is not suited for a player like him. So how he plays is not necessarily how the first team plays. That is one of the many reasons why he's not playing in that senior team. And it is no knock on Tyreek McGee. No knock on him at all. So I understand why they left him off, because he's not getting any game time in his club. Lamar Walker is getting the game time. You can't leave off a man that is as creative and dangerous as the man Ravel Morrison. A man, as you said, has been able to play that number 10 role in Kemar Roof. So, I mean, you can't really argue with that as well. So, and I mean, they select the players based on their form. Look at Emil Smith Rowe. Look at Gabriel for Arsenal. These players have been playing well so far for their respect for Arsenal, and they've been called up. So I think that when you take that into account, it's going to be very difficult to call him up when you have players that are playing and you know their quality, as opposed to a player that has the quality but is not getting the playing time.
Yeah. All right. Unseen, what do you have to say about the?
Well, I share the same sentiment, but another addition to it is that the type of player in the midfield that are there defensively to help Terry Maggie. Terry Maggie, I don't think Terry Maggie play with a Grant in the squad, and Grant make a big difference in that game.
Yeah, wasn't Grant in the Costa Rica game?
And Terry Maggie played well.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
there is no Grant. Terry Maggie look like, he's out of because of the system. So I think Terry Maggie is being set up to fail in this Jamaica team because of what they know, that if there is nobody to help him defensively. Most of the time, as I tell Formula Sport, that most of the time when Terry Maggie get the ball, he has to come deep for the ball. And whenever he gets the ball, there's nobody breaking. So he can't pass the ball to anybody. So he has to pass the ball to the defender to recycle and try to build that position.
Yeah, but Unseen, I have to interject here, because why would a national team call a player and put him out there so that he can fail to the detriment of the team? Explain it, because you said that.
But that's what we see. It's a quality player, and if we build a system around this based on the game that we.
No, follow me. You're saying that because the challenge I have is this. You said that they, which is a national program, has looked for McGee, brought McGee into the national team to set him up to be a failure, also at the expense of not going to the World Cup. I'm asking you, why would a coach and a national program do that to a Tyreek McGee?
I have to correct him on his man. I will say the coach. I wouldn't say the national program.
Okay.
Which consists of many other persons who select the
let's
team.
see that. So Team Theodore Whitmore calls McGee, because remember, this is not the first time he's working with him. Even in the under 20 team, Whitmore has called him. So all of a sudden, now Whitmore is going to call him to say, all right, I'm going to call you into the team. Because remember, by him not calling him now, he doesn't have to call him.
Right.
And he was under no pressure to call McGee when he initially called him. So he's under no pressure to call him. He doesn't have to call him.
No.
But he goes ahead and calls him for the purpose of setting him up to fail. To what end?
Because of the person that you're a coach, man. You know the quality that your player have, right? Wouldn't you select players to complement him on the field?
McGee, the question
if you are going to start him.
No, like, is McGee the player that I'm going to say, okay, if I'm going to start McGee, I need to start these players, or that should be a Mikel Antonio, or that should be a Leon Bailey?
No, but remember
No, just follow the question I'm asking you, because if I'm going to set players so that McGee can be what he's supposed to be, I'm supposed to do the same thing for the bigger players on the team. And to me, a bigger quality is Leon Bailey. So why not find the players that suit Leon Bailey and Mikel Antonio more so than a Tyreek McGee?
No, you can do it now, but at that time, we didn't have Leon Bailey, we didn't have Antonio.
Oh, but I thought we were talking about his exclusion from this squad.
No, I'm talking before.
Okay. All right. Sir Alexander, what do you have to say? And then, yeah.
There's a few things. I'm wondering if they are allowing these players to express themselves, have fun on the football.
Right,
because
true.
sometimes when I watch these players playing, they're not having that fun, you know. They look tense, they look like rigid, stagnant. All right. If we are playing a system, whatever system you are playing, if we get this off the ball movement, all these players would enjoy their game, you know. And Maggie could strive in a situation like this if everybody is moving, creating space for each other. But if we're gonna just stand there, Maggie game is gonna stifle. We have to be creating space for each other, off the ball movement, moving here, moving there, nobody standing up. Then these players now can enjoy the space because space is gonna create it, especially on the flanks. But when I watch Jamaica playing, is that everybody just standing looking. I don't know if we are not aware what's going on or we are not motivated, but if we get each other moving, crisscrossing, darting, moving diagonally off the ball and creating that triangle, whichever way you take it, you know, triangle is very important on the football field to advance the ball or to get out of a tight situation. So if these players not doing that, they're not going to enjoy their game. They're not going to have fun. And we need to see these players having fun, enjoying their game. They don't look tense too, no, guys?
No.
These players look so rigid to be stagnant, like they're not enjoying it.
There's not enough.
Under pressure to perform.
I totally agree with you.
I think to me they look the most relaxed in and even though of course you know they had some moments with Honduras, I think that game showed me that they can go somewhere and collect 3 points, in my opinion. Because even the second goal that was scored, he put on Javane Brown. Javane Brown sent the ball to Andre Gray. Andre Gray held up the ball, saw the run of that was free flowing, you know. Saw the run of O'Neal Fisher, laid it off to Fisher. Fisher never hit it one time, waited, turned on his right foot, and then scored. That is the type of play when a team.
Yeah, but how often we do it? That's what I'm saying. You know, how often we move like that off the ball.
That's why I say I agree with you that if we get these kind of, and because let me tell you, and I know that you, Mr. Alexander, can agree. Football, yes, is primarily played with the foot, but you see, up here is one of the most important parts in order to play the football effectively. We talk about a lot of different players who were so instrumental in midfield, even in today's game, because of here. If we don't have it here, in order to see, okay, I have the ball, who is going to go on the left hand? Who is going to go on the right? Who is going to push through the middle? All right, I don't have the ball. I should go into that space. I should go into that space. I think that we need to get it to a level where we are able to do that fluently without even having to think too hard about it. And that's
why in the beginning I was telling you, if we get the shape is very important on the field. So if we get the shape, those players would create that for themselves, the space. So you have to be careful with the shape of how we position on that field, or we take this football, you know. That if you have that shape and you take the ball the right way with the body open up, you can see those passes, so you get that fluency. So those are some critical things that they need to get done.
That's what had the second goal.
That's the
second goal with Honduras. We were able to push the ball forward, and Javane saw.
All I'm saying is that I counted the passes. So I did a show earlier today with Coach Jerry Miller. All right, and he says that any formation can work with this talented bunch. This is this present squad, and I agree. I think the coach has the flexibility of doing different things with the talent pool he has. All right. And I like what I said. It is how the team is shaped and the movement, because part of the issue we have is that we are, like I said, we are very stagnant on the field. And I think a McGee would look better if he has people in front of him running.
So so it creates space for him.
Right. Yeah.
McGee can dribble, you know. and he's a tidy pass of the ball. But if he's playing in a tight era where no one is moving, no one is supporting, no one is coming to fetch this
He's
ball,
more
then this game is
susceptible
gonna
to
tight.
getting tackled than dispossessed.
So that has nothing to do with the coach setting him up to field. What that has to do is, remember a question was, and I keep going back to this, is that the midfielder needs to command the ball of the center back. Remember that interview, who was playing it long? All right?
You need to go fetch.
You need to go fetch. So obviously, there is either one, the players are not confident enough in the midfield, with the defenders are not confident enough in the ability of the midfielders to hold the ball. So they rather avoid that risk and play it long, which would play a McGee out of a game.
But that is why Anthony Grant is so important in this team.
Yeah, but if you follow what Jeremy says about, go ahead.
Listen this again, Mannings, man. One of the things that this team is lacking is patience too, you know.
Yeah.
We're not playing with no patience. We're rushing this football too much to get it forward. That's why our turnover rate is so high. No patience is in the football. That's what Simos did bring to our ball game back in the 90s, you know. Patience. So you sure your passes. You don't give away this ball. You keep it. But this team, I don't know. We're rushing to get this ball forward and we're giving away the football and they come right back on us. Yeah. We need to exercise more patience. That means when we play get the ball,
Why, Coach?
Could it be a case where they're not confident on the ball rather than being patient?
That too, but patience can give you confidence.
I don't think they're confident on the ball. So when
that
you're
is
not
one of the things I was going to say before.
you give away the
confidence is
ball.
lacking. But if everybody is moving, everybody is coordinating, and we get the rotation, confidence will easily come in, you know.
All right. I watched some statistics by Coach Jerry Miller. And the truth is, when you watch those things, it doesn't show Grant as the midfielder who fetches the ball as a D mid. Right? And so I think that is part of it. When you watch the tapes, he doesn't do a lot of that. Speedy does it a whole lot more. All right? And so it's part of the system of the team. I think how the team is set up to play. I would love, and let me say it this way. I want to see what Ravel will do in the game. And what do I mean by that? If he plays. If Ravel starts and I see Ravel playing in that number 10 and fetching. Watch this. And he's fetching the ball and creating. Then I'm going to challenge McGee. Right? I'm going to challenge McGee and say, McGee, that's what I want you to do. Because I didn't see you doing it in the game.
And let me say something to Mannings, man, to that.
Yeah.
The Panama game, I think Ravel wanted to do that, you know. He was going to fetch and distributing, and then that ball that he tried playing to Roof, and Roof didn't approach it because we always, when we're training, we always approach the ball. Yeah, he get robbed from the ball because he didn't approach the ball and it turned into a goal. And then Ravel was taken out of the game. I think Ravel wanted to get that rhythm in the game, you know. He was trying his best, go fetch, pass in there, going back for it. And then when he tried to give Roof didn't approach the ball and the guy came in front of him, take it. And everyone backed off and he kicked. Remember that goal, right? The first goal for Panama.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. I think Ravel wanted to get that rhythm in the game, to get that fluency, that bounce and that bounce. But Roof was too flat-footed and the guy came in front taking and he converted and he was taken out. So we have to be careful now what Tapa gonna do in terms of with Ravel too, you know?
Yeah. And so I look at that. So that would be interesting because if I see Ravel going and fetching and moving the ball.
Right.
Then
you know he's in for an A game.
Well, I will also say to McGee, that's what I want you to do. You have to command that kind of respect. Because remember people, it's not every baller certain players respect. You have to command, you have to have that commanded presence when you go and get the ball. And so I keep asking the question, if when McGee goes to one of our center backs and a man is coming to him, if the center backs are confident that McGee is good enough to take the ball. Like, do they trust him enough to pass it to him? And could this be the problem? They're not confident enough in him to take it and turn. Because when Speedy goes a lot of time, he collects it.
Mm-hmm.
When Ravel plays, he goes, he collects it. So why when Maggie shows up, he doesn't get the ball?
But man, the one time Maggie show up and get the ball, it turned out to be a goal.
But isn't that the issue then? So why? No, did he turn up to get? Remember that ball that he got it in the middle of the park, really, It wasn't in the defense,
It was from a centre back.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is that if you remember when we were playing in the 1998 campaign, and this the then player, head coach Tupper Whitmore, would go back and take some of those balls off Bibi, go back, take the ball off Pepe. He collected some balls in the 18-yard box.
Confidence.
Yeah, but I saw Maggie do it.
Okay.
But that is what some of the people are cussing Maggie for right now. Going too deep for balls and not driving or penetrating more often.
Cussing him to going too deep.
I heard Formula said it too on this program.
People, say one is person. One is person,
One is person,
yeah. You say people. You feel like
But I'm just, but once Formula say it, a lot of people will.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to bring up some stats that Coach Miller shared with me today, and then ask Mr. Simmons to respond, and then the rest of you. All right. So he says that we average 6 shots on target per game. El Salvador averages 2 shots on target per game. So for the people who think like El Salvador is this very good team, they have scored only 2 games in their matches so far. And they have conceded 7 goals. We have conceded 8 and we have scored 4 so far. So we have doubled them in goal scoring, though they have conceded 1. So, and we are taking more shots on target than they are. So the truth is, if you look at the stats itself, the thing though is that in 3 of their games, they had more possession than the team that they played against. I can't remember if Coach Miller was here, who would help me, but they have more possession in 3 of the games. They outpossess the team. So they possess the ball, but they don't create a lot of opportunities. Okay. And they are very vulnerable with like corners and free kicks and those things. So based on that, Mr. Simmons, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, let's look at the last one. They are shorter than most people. They're gonna be shorter than us a long way. So the corners would be very threatening to them, right? Free kicks would be threatening to them. So we can basically say that on that side of it, we are above them. The 6 shots per goal, I don't know if headers count as a shot.
Yeah, man. Shots on target is anything that goes on target.
All right, but I'm seeing we do more than that. Well, it's an average. It's an average, but I'm seeing we do more than that. Even I think it was
really
Nicola. Yes, man.
Shots on target. All right. So shots on target are actually shots that are either score or the keeper to make a save.
Save for that. Nice. Yes.
So it is not just shots, It either was saved or it scored. If none of those things happen, it's not a shot on target.
Yeah, but I am seeing that we trouble the goalkeepers a lot. We trouble the goalkeepers a lot. And even the Mexico match, we troubled the goalkeeper probably 3 or 4 times. 2 of that should be goals, right? Well, you can say the Panama match, we may not say that's a match, but we still trouble the keeper now. We still trouble the keeper, right?
In the Panama game, we trouble the goalkeeper?
Yes, man. Look back on it.
Okay.
Nicholas header was like, wow. When he came on, He did
Yeah, but
supplement.
all right. Remember, Mr. Simmons, remember the stats I gave you is that we average 6 shots on target. So the El Salvador game. Sorry. Here you go. Sorry. See, Coach Miller correcting me. No man is man. We average 2.8 shots on target per game,
Yes.
while they average 1.6. Then here you go.
All right.
So,
It's fine.
so for any game, the more shots they have is close to 3, and they have like 1.6
Well, the last game we scored 2, so
per
we
game.
have we could have 6 on target and 2 score. But I'm saying that we are. I'm seeing this, and you can mark it down. Friday night comes that I'm seeing this as we are going to do well, and well mean that we are going to take all 3 points, and we're gonna improve, and we are going to work not for first or second, the third, and the half place is what we. Believe it or not, is what we are gonna try to achieve. First or second is out our reach. Listen, first or second is out. You know, I am seeing the game as being realistic. Then
You know what is funny? I'm going to give you a net stats now. Hold on, but I'm going to let you finish, Coach. Right? Coach Miller, remind me how much shots do we you call it concede, or how many shots are taken at us on average per game? But go ahead, Mr. Simon.
all right. So I'm saying that comes this game, and if the coach see as I'm looking at the people who we have to play with, trust me, we're gonna have a good result. And we are 100% behind the team, Mr. Whitmore, because some people are saying we are turning our backs on the team because they're not doing well. We are wanted. If they go down, we go down, right? But we are gonna do our best, and I know that we're gonna have a good result.
Yeah. All right. I know you have to run now, Mr. Simon, but I want to thank you for coming on, and really appreciate it. I will look forward to having you again whenever you're available. All right. Yeah, man. So, Mr. Alexander, what say you?
In terms of the game, the stats.
Yeah, based on the stats, what are your expectations of the game now?
Well, I'm looking for a positive result, but if we create 1 chance or we create 2 chances, we just need that composure in front of that goal to make it count. If you go there and it go and get tough, if we get 1 chance, let it count. We need a composure. So if the stats say we get 2 or 3 shots on target, we need to make 1 or 2 of those count. That can win us a game. But all we have to do is make sure so we attack defensively. Yeah. Because every game is different, and when we used to play, we always said dog is better than yard, or need to better than yard. So don't expect an easy game from an El Salvador team, even if they're not doing well. We have to be careful, as I said before. It can be tricky. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't like to go off stats because every game, people mindset is different and they're prepared differently for each game. So I don't want to go after past stats. I want to go after what is going to happen on the field for that 90 minutes. So we got to prepare for this 90 minutes and work to our strength. And if we can exploit their weakness, then it will be a positive for we. We have the quality right now, as I said, one of the stronger teams we put together. So if we can implement our strength, then we might get a positive result. Or we need to get a positive result.
Yeah. Yeah. What
application is very important.
Very important. And like when you started the program, and when you started initially by saying that, listen, we have to start on the front foot. And I agree with you. I've always said this, that it seems like in most of the games, we start the game in a defensive
You may not
posture.
know this, but I'm coaching from I'm 19 years old.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know I coach. I coach what other when my leg got broken from 97 to 2000. And then I coach at Cornwall with Dean Wedderly from 94 to 2004. I leave the island. So I coach. I have an under 16 team in Montego Bay from I was 19 years when I leave Cornwall. So I've been coaching all over for a while.
Yeah.
So I have some experience in the coaching.
You talk like a coach, and some people in here apparently know you, so they were saying that you're right, coach.
Yeah, and I started coaching Premier League when I was 32. I was one of the youngest coaching in the Premier League. I bring Wadada to the semi-final against our group.
I remember.
So I've been on the coaching scene for a while, winning some trophies with some other people, you know. Yeah. So we have to be positive first, and we have to be motivated. So if Tapa can motivate them players here, they will do well, because motivation is one of the key. Even if you are not up to scratch, if you are motivated, you go turn up the place, man.
All right. So
motivation is very key for these games and the remaining games that we have, especially the home games.
Yeah. So here is Sefton Cummins with a very, very a good summary of Jamaica's approach thus far. We don't advance the ball well, meaning we don't move the ball from defense to midfield to attack very well. Number one.
That's why I was telling you about the same triangle move, advancing the ball. But we have to have players moving off the ball and moving for the space. You cannot be stagnant, standing up and wanting. Not gonna move. Even on the counter attack, we have to have people coming, even if they're not gonna get it. But they create space for the ball carrier.
But you know what's funny though? The 3 goals that we scored were goals scored on the counter. You know, the Mexico goal was a counter goal. The Costa Rica goal was a counter goal, and the second goal that we scored was one pass from the defense catch. I mean, of course, Honduras was attacking. One ball from defense to Javian Brown. He comes down the flank, plays it in to Andre Gray. Andre Gray plays it across Fisher. Like 4 passes. Same thing with Costa Rica, 4 passes. The Mexico goal, 4 passes.
Man, if you ever notice when the international teams are attacking on a counter, how many people you see running going forward? 4, 5, 6, right? Even if they don't get the ball, they're still coming. That's what I want to see in the Jamaica game. 4, 5, 6 of us, 7 coming. Sprinting just to get a pass. We created space for each other or for the ball carrier. And we can finish off with a shot or a goal.
I always wonder why I don't see that when the Jamaica team.
We don't see it in our game. One of the things I was asking, why every time when we take the field, we look so jaded and so tired?
Maybe we're warming up too much.
Are we working too hard the day before the game? I don't know. I always asking, why we look so tired? That's why we're not getting these things in our game. People sprinting explosively to come forward, to create that space or that passing game to get off a shot. That's what the international teams do. Just look at it. 4, 5, 6 people sprinting, coming in space just to get a pass. So they created and open up space. Defenders are confused, you know.
Let me put back the comment. What you say about this comment? And let me get it back. This one. Unseen. So talk about not advancing the ball. Well, then he says we don't play a counter-attacking game and we don't keep possession. So our chance creation will always be low.
Well, the problem is our direct play. We tend to play the ball direct when we don't have anybody in position to win the second ball. That is one of our biggest problems, right? Whenever we play the ball and there's somebody there to win the second ball, there's a goal for us, or we create an opportunity. So in the Suriname game, we can go back to the Suriname game, you know, Damian Lowe play the ball, Nichols bucket inside, and one touch goal, boom, we score, right? So whenever we're playing that long ball, we play long ball too much, and I think
predictable.
Yeah, predictable, and we win the ball, you know, but there is nobody to get the second ball. The same forward.
Yeah, man.
The same.
Go ahead.
The same forward have to be running and fetching for the ball after he put the ball in the air.
So the man you're basically saying the man who go for the first ball also trying to win the second ball, which means that the lines are too far apart. You understand?
That means we're not joining. That means we're not joining.
Right. So we're not transitioning as a team, and that is why I'm saying that maybe I think I was saying this to Coach Miller earlier today, that if you're playing the ball long and you're trying the quick counter and Shamar is all the way up there, you're giving it to him in isolation. So maybe you need to delay that pass. Like you were saying earlier, be a little patient with the long pass if the team is not getting up fast enough. So instead of the man just going bam, maybe you make one extra pass around the back before you play it long so your team gets to transition forward so we can get the second ball. You understand me? And I think that is part of the problem.
Especially with Shamar, because Shamar needs people around him to he can keep it. Because if he's isolated, then he always turn it over.
Yes, man. And also, I think Ravel is that person who can go and fetch that ball some of the time where we don't have to play it long. And he also can, he can give us that patience that we are looking for in that midfield. The only time I see Jamaica really transition from defense to attack fast is when Ravel playing. Tell me if I'm wrong. in the game that we draw with, what's the team again? Over there
Serbia?
Serbia. Yeah, the game we play with Serbia. Ravel, when Ravel get the ball, you can see that he wants to attack, play that 1-2 pass, move into space, drive, and you see one of the time the Serbia player kick him down, we get a free kick. You understand? This is what we want. This is what we want in the game. You understand? But too much long ball and workout whenever you don't have anybody to win that second ball. And also, whenever you're playing direct, whenever you get the ball in the attacking third, you must can possess the ball. The ball come like hot patty on these players' foot whenever they get the ball. I don't know. They just want to kick it away. I don't know why.
Yeah. All right, we have a caller, so let me just take the caller. Yes, caller, go ahead. What you saying now?
Panelists and everybody, but disagree with some disagree with your panelists them because everybody have club about Tyree Maggie.
Yeah, man, go ahead. We're listening to you, man.
And Tyree Maggie, not even a start team club. And we have a player named Karim Paris. We have play week in, week out, and I kick down into a team club. And we now made a 9 ball game, brother.
No, man, you can't say that, man, because I am always talking about the need for Karim Paris to be in the team, man. Is one person on the panel saying Maggie should be here now, and it's unseen, and everybody else agree with the decision and understand the decision,
No, somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you, let's refer to him, refer to that somebody there, and the rest of Jamaica will feel like Derry Maggie must be in the team. Derry Maggie must be in the team, brother. We're not pick a team for now. And what you do lately, we are pick up man. But I have a case and say, Aka must not be in the team. Aka and Derry Maggie don't play the same position. Neither him and Mariapa. So if you come with somebody where I fight them for their position and them I play ball and academy, that's different now. But people may play in a Maggie position and play week in, week out.
All right. So what I'm going to do, because Ansi he can't respond yet, so I'm going to let you need to listen now because I'm going to let Ansi put forth him argument, all right? So listen to him now, all right? Thanks. Yeah, right. Go ahead, Ansi. The man is saying that you're clamoring for Tyree Magee to be in the side, but you're not. A next young baller is over there knocking on the door, kicking off the door, but you're not making any sound for him.
All right, so I'm correct you and the caller because you said that I said I want Tyree Magee in the side, like I'm upset with him not in the team. I'm not upset with with him not in the team. I'm just saying that it was hard done by I think he was set up in the team. That's what I said. I never say I want him in the team or I felt like he should not be in the team. Anybody can be, out of the team. You understand me? For many reasons. Ravel was out of the team, right? Yeah, and if you're going to use, players are not playing in a team, you have to look at Mariapa not playing in a team, Aka is not playing in a team, right? So if you're going to use, you cannot use that to determine, and even Low was on vacation from his club, so a lot of players weren't, active at their club. So you cannot use that, right? So that's supposed to answer his question.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're coming to an end. Anything you want to say? You have 3 minutes to summarize, Sir Alexander. Somebody just Lee Croft Letman saying that Carlton won D Cup as Carnival assistant coach in 1995.
Yeah, he was a right back for me. Well, with those players that he was mentioning,
1995.
I don't know who
1995 was Daniel Ricketts, right? Keeping.
Yeah, he was a goalkeeper.
Keeping. You know I play against Carnival.
Yeah.
That's it. Did
really?
I? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was there from 94 to 2000 with them, and until my leg break, 97 I stopped. Anyway,
in fact, we beat them in under 16. That same team in under 16.
Well, you're a young youth, man.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Yeah.
I don't know who does this scouting for this Jamaica team, who is on farm, or who pick who. But what I'm going off is the players that was available in the squad right now. You understand? Because if we're gonna sit back and say that there's a lot of players here in America who's doing good, no one is seeing them. It's just that maybe they're not in club, but they're young and still have a lot of talent. So who is doing the scouting for all these players that we are gathering? You understand what I'm saying? Even the Panama game, some of those players, we don't know where they come from. They just come in, and to me, some of them not ready. So who is picking these players? Not because they play for XYZ club, you're gonna call you in and say you're ready for the program. A lot of these players are not ready for the program. So let's stick to who is here so we can discuss who is here, right?
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it. So if Maggie is not here, we'll elaborate on Maggie. We're gonna be here all night. So we have to just go who's available for this game and take it game at a time, step by step. So that means we can get a victory on our belt, a victory against US on our belt. Then we climb up the ladder. We have to just do it one game at a time and say we can elevate, Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it. Because if we're going to be here talking about this player, that player, not in it, we're going to be here all night and we're not picking them, We're not the one who's scouting.
So, Sefton is asking you to name some of the players in the USA, because you mentioned players in the USA.
No, I know some young talent that I have some friends with that play in the college level.
Okay, and they are Jamaicans.
I have this youngster that we used to play ball with. His father used to play for Cornwall, Philip Wallace. He has a son. He's in Michigan University right now. Very powerful, very tidy player. But what I'm saying.
Under what? Under 20?
Yeah, he's like maybe under 20 right now. But what I'm saying that who is there to see these players so that they can get exposure, to the national program, whether it's under 20, under 20.
So what you mean? Maybe players like you who was a part of the Jamaica setup can make a recommendation.
Yeah, but the thing is, where is the development? That means that if we bring them to the program, we're gonna hold them. We need something to nurture these talent, so we can get these talent better, even better. Get players who can develop talent, because that was one of the things I was doing with Carnal when I was at Carnal. We weren't the best with some of the teams that we put out there, but I was there developing talent, using player that wasn't even in some position, creating them for some position. That's what I was doing with Dean Wedderly. So we need players, past players or whatever, who can develop talent. We have players in Jamaica who is very skillful, who can technically develop a lot of players so they can get better as we go along. So they help us help the national program. But who is there to develop this player? We can't be just waiting until a window we're gonna call up players. We need to develop players, get them ready. That means that if we have a system by the time they get to the national program, they know it automatic.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna just wait until FIFA give us a window to call up these players, then we're gonna be failing.
Yeah. All right. What say you? What say you? Unseen. Hold on there. Constant. You need constant entertainment. Brethren, you need to link me up, We need to do some work. You need to link me up on Instagram, man. All right, your number, God. All right. Yeah, Unseen, what do you want to say in conclusion?
You're hearing a feedback?
No, we're not hearing any feedback. Go ahead, man.
Okay, conclusion.
No, like how you want to. I mean, what are you? Yeah, man. This is we're coming to a close now. Yeah, so this is the last 3 minutes. It's 10:30. I mean, I allow Mr. Alexander to go bed and all of them things there.
Yeah. No, man, nice old man, good.
Yeah, one last thing on the person, the caller question I didn't say was that Karim Paris is from this group, from my group in the morning group. So it's between Charlie Moore, Gintil and stuff. So he's one of my favorite players from school league, and he's doing well over there in his league over there. And I think he should be in the squad. I don't know why Tapa is giving these youngsters a hard time, but he should be in the squad. But that's the next story. So my conclusion is, I think if these players go there and hungry for this win, for this 3 points coming Friday, I think we will get it. Once they're hungry and they want to, go there and show us that they can play, we will get it. Right? But I think if Tapa, come with his madness as usual, it's going to be difficult for us. It will be difficult for us. Because sometimes, I don't know what he's thinking, and they try some experiments, and then come out and say, "Boy, I'm sorry, I take the blame for it." It's that experience time now, We're supposed to be settling on a team now, We're supposed to have if and but who am I gonna start. We're supposed to know the starting lineup who I got there right now, right? And next thing too, I think, once we get the 6 points, it is going to, put us in a good stead. I think we can come second.
But you have a lot of faith. You have more faith than me, and I'm a pastor. I'm telling you, second.
You say hope, not faith. Hope. Oh. As we go up Road Friday, I go up Road Friday.
All right. So let me say my final thing is, number one, listen. I know Pesa is a friend, but Pesa said top on a rate young. I don't know that because listen, let me give you some young players that he has called. Giovanni James, that guy who was at KC, I think Tapa called him. James, when he was at and the first game he scored for Jamaica.
Woolmans against Cuba.
It was the KC was at and he scored. And he's
Woolmans, yeah, right. I think it's Woolmans.
It was Tapa who called Marvin Morgan when he was.
He played against me when I was playing Manning Cup.
All right, Marvin Morgan, Alex Marshall, the same young McGee, Lamar Walker, Jordan Fletcher. Hold on, Jordan Fletcher. All right, Peter Lee Vassell, and many youngsters. So to say that he doesn't like youngsters, the truth is that some of these youngsters that we're talking about, they haven't really
work hard,
They haven't really proven themselves.
So you're telling me none of them youngsters are better than Aka?
No, they don't. No, listen.
Talk to me, good.
All right, so let's. Here's what I'm saying.
So it's Aka is madness right now.
Here's what I'm saying.
Who Jamaica is playing 10.5 play on the field?
Huh? No.
If you watch the analysis that Jeremy Miller put out, Jamaica is playing with 10.5 person on the field.
remember, I am not for Haka, but I am going to say whatever he provided in the game against Honduras, it worked, so we got a favorable result. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The players that I'm talking about, they are not out of the squad because of Haka. Jordan Fletcher is not out of Jamaica squad because of Haka. Peter Lee Vassell is not out of Jamaica squad because of Haka. Marvin Morgan is not out of Jamaica squad because of Haka. Alex Marshall is not out of Jamaica squad because of Haka. Kareem Paris is not out of Jamaica. What I'm saying that the young players who are not in the squad, some of them for the most part, they themselves haven't much. Listen, look at Topi. Topi is such a talented player. I mean, he's coming back now, but where was he? A lot of the players, to be honest, a lot of the players were given opportunities. All right, let me give you a next one. Joshan Anglin. Tapa gave him a chance. Luca Levy. When people are saying him no good, Tapa give them chance. But when they get the chance, what do they do?
But man is man. If understanding a Tapa trust player who him can trust, him can put all him trust in those young players.
No, but what I'm saying to you, remember Tapa carried Topi to a Gold Cup. Peter Lee.
How much game him play him? How much game him put him in?
But all right, so no, I want you to follow me now. So if you see, here's the thing. I hear players tell you this. I can give you one. Dean Sewell, when he did his interview, Freddie Butler, Paul Teagat Davis said this. Paul Teagat Davis said when he went to play in the Jamaica for the first time, one player came out and he said when the player had to leave, he said he got the game. And he said when he got that game, he told himself that him now come back out of this. All I'm saying is that some of these players, they got the opportunity, and I'm not saying that Tapa needs to take some responsibility, but some of these players were high school bullies. So their development was slow, but they were high school bullies. So they are not fully developed, and we have to admit that. I can go through several names, and they are talents, but there needs to be a further development, and the system needs to create that. Remember, most of the older players have been saying to us, when these guys, like Carlton Alexander will tell you, that these men were playing 3-4 leagues. They were playing Premier League schoolboy football. The older ones were telling they were playing this league, that they were playing all kind of football and developing. They were playing when they were 15. They were playing against men who were playing in the senior team regularly. These guys, when they start playing Manning Cup, they're going a bubble, and they only play schoolboy football. Really, for most of them, it's just recently. So the truth is,
someone is man. Wouldn't you say that Peter Lee was to perform for Jamaica?
Like, here's the thing now. This is where me are different, If you go and have a look at one, him get 20 minutes and him make 1-2 pass, me not call that perform, brother.
Peter Lee was to start now with him. 1 and 2, 20 minutes.
So starting, but starting don't mean you perform. Come on now.
No. I'm just saying based off of what you're saying. Right, you're going differently now.
All right, so let me say it this way. I will say it again. A lot of these players are good quality. I think Peter Lee Vassell is good quality. I think Jordan Fletcher, I thought when Jordan Fletcher was at Cornwall, he was going to be a lethal forward in Jamaica, He and Peter Lee Vassell, That season of Manning Cup with all Craigton Charlton, the amount of names, Sigel Knight, we can go on and on. Roger Murray from Dintil. Roger Murray was
so what happened to all these players now?
Demar James from Stets.
So management, who you blame for their transition into the national program or to elite club?
Let me tell you this. Remember, some of these players that we say that they are good players, they can't even make a Premier League club. So how they going to make the national team? That's the point. The point I'm making is that They will dominate high school football, but they can't make a Premier League club. And then we're asking why they are not in the national team.
But remember, most of the top talent them go overseas and scholarship.
Look at this, Mark Chambers said. This is what I'm talking about. When this guy was coming to play for Jamaica, when this guy, everybody was saying him too old, him not good. Anthony Grant, old man this.
Not everybody.
Most people were saying that we shouldn't call him no good, him play League 2, we don't have to look there. The man get one game. Remember that? He got a game. Even the coach, people think never want him. And when the man get the game, he cemented his spot. Only when he can't travel, he has not played. The Mark Chambers' question is right. Why when one of these youngsters get a game, they don't put on the kind of performance that it is so memorable that
they're not hungry, man.
Something wrong.
They're not hungry now, so they don't work hard,
Listen, let me give you a good example. A player that I really like. You know what? JPL. There's a player that I like named Akwasa Chang. Akwasa Chang started the Premier League season on fire. Do you realize that once he got to 7 goals in top score? Because everybody figured him out and he never changed his game.
He got injured.
Oh, so he was still playing, but he was injured. If you're gonna say that now,
he's coming off an injury. And if you watch football, whenever you come off an injury and play,
what I'm saying,
you have a slow start.
Watch this. From the time he got to the goal to the end of the season, stopped score completely. So if he was injured, he's young. He no need to play. So I'm not talking about injured. You're playing 90 minutes every game. So there's no excuse. And the point I'm making is that they are good talent. They are good talent. I'm telling you, Alex Marshall was a good talent. L.A. Lewis was a good talent. Chevron Stewart was a good talent. Good talent.
Someone is man. That's why I'm asking the question: who we are to blame for these persons not transitioning?
They need, if you are good, stop play high school football at 16 and go play Premier League and go professional football. If you are good, cut out high school football at 16.
So how much club are gonna give them the opportunity like that? How much club are gonna give them the opportunity like that? How much club are gonna give?
If you're good, listen. Everybody get. If you're good, you can play in our club in Jamaica now.
You just start.
No man. Hector I tell her that he might play. Listen, Adonis Maxwell tell us he might play big man football in a big league in Jamaica from him at 15. Planton told her that he was keeping against Wadada for Constant Spring at 15. Hector, all of these guys. So if you want to develop yourself, brother, you want to make football.
But
go ahead, Mr. Alexander, and then go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm asking why we don't have a system that nurtured these talents so you can get better.
Right.
Because when I was doing I did 98, I did my first course when Simons was here. And the demonstration for that course was the under 20 team. The under 20 team was served by Grace Kennedy. They were in a program developing. They were in gym and they looked strong and mighty and all that. And then we walk away from that program. We need to have a program that develop these players. Whether it's under 20, under 12, we need some academies, man. JFF need to. They can't just want result at the final stage and not preparing before you reach that stage. We need to prepare these players, have them in a system, have tutors working on them. That's what Japan did, and that's what Iceland did. They get coaches, have these players in a system, growing them, working with them till they get better. Now, remember, we beat Japan 98, and we can't beat Japan again. Because what Japan did is what we were sleeping on. They went and get coaches and develop their talent from youth while we were sleeping. And now we want to go to the World Cup. Expect you're going to spring to be like that. We need fair work on the youth from a tender age and get them right into our system.
Yeah, very good.
That's how we're going to make it. No other way out.
Yeah.
We're not going to take it from 23. Say, come,
man. Man.
Yeah, true, but let me give you I'll get good point and then let you go. All right, so there's a footballer that really, when people ask me, when the Premier League season started, they ask me who in the Premier League I think is a good right back, young right back. You know the one player I always talk about. I always talk about this player called Tariq Jimenez. Plays for Harborview. Big 16-year-old, right? Had a good season. He got a couple of red cards. Young player. I mean, a couple of them like 2 yellow cards and stuff. So fine, all right, young player. He's playing Manning Cup this year now, which is a man personal decision. I cannot understand why a youth almost 6 feet, so big, so gifted, could not be at an academy in Belgium, Sweden, Norway, England at this time. Why?
But where we can have an academy in Jamaica too.
No, right, because you see them stay in Jamaica. Sure, if they here's the problem I have. You see them stay in Jamaica, them are gonna end up in. There's a player who almost didn't go away, you know. A guy named Whisper. Because it became a question of play Manning Cup or go away. And I understand the schools, because sometimes some of the schools are the schools probably go and the past students go and pick up some of these guys and invest in them. You understand me, to come to the school to play because they want to win Manning Cup, and nothing is wrong with that. Right? So when they do that now, Tyreek McGee and Junior Fleming play Manning Cup too long. Norman Campbell played Manning Cup too long. You should not be playing against 15-year-old at 19 and people call you good.
So you say we're not investing wisely then in the talent?
The best talents, we have to take the best talents out of our high school system. Find the 20 of them that are stars at 16 or 30 of them, and find a way of putting them on a developmental track through either academy or a national. But we have to find the 30 best talent at the under 16 level and take them out of this thing. Rafiq Bryan at JC, we can't give you a name on top of name. Man, them stay at school until them are 19. Them get some school when I have no sixth form and drop 10 on them. Score hat-trick after hat-trick after hat-trick. You put them in one Premier League side. You wonder which part them learn football. Tell me the last high school standout that was a star in our Premier League out here. Remember, I know they say our Premier League is Bush League, you know. And high school football are great football. Tell me the last star from our star high school league that went and dominated Premier League.
Akwasa Chung.
See,
most of the youngsters.
Listen to this. You know that Rafiq Bryan was in Turkey? And you know what happened? Yes, I remember the story. Thank you. He was in Turkey and came back to Jamaica to play Manning Cup football. You tell me now.
Madness.
So let me give you.
All I know, we need some development program to get these players.
But one of the biggest problem is management. Is coaching education. One of the biggest problems is coaching education. Even these coaches who are coaching in the high school system, you're not preparing the players for a scholarship or to go overseas, for a big contract or something. They are preparing these players to go to university and colleges.
Let me tell you this.
If you ever really look at it.
Let me tell you this, man. When people say that, a lot of people say that these teams don't play young footballers. Carnell, we can't give a name. I'm going to give people because we don't remember things. Carnell Chingsu, Everton Bunzi, Eugene Barnes, Kwame Richardson, Troy Garnett, all of these guys. Straight into Premier League. Bam, winning. Can't give it the Waterhouse teams. with Irvino English and Guard Pete, the Pete brothers, all of these guys, Dottiban, all of these guys, like the whole system, brethren. And all I'm saying is that the players are good players, you know. But the high school system, somehow I believe, is keeping them in high school football and not allowing them to play. All of these teams, Portmore play young players. Don't tell me that Portmore don't play young players. Don't tell me Harborview don't play young players. Don't tell me Cavaliers don't play young players. Mount Pleasant playing young players now, although they're a newer team. Arnett Gardens always playing young players. Always. When what's the team down in Clarendon that they said was it Jamaica Real Madrid? Sporting Central. Young players.
What happened to them after a while?
But man is man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the schoolboy system, and I would say me personally, I'm blaming the coaching, you know, the philosophy of some of these coaches. Let me if you go back to school, I swear.
Yeah. Listen, I love Richard. Richard Stewart said this. He says, not even the US using the MLS to develop their best young talent. They have to send them to Europe. That's what I'm saying. We have to create a pathway that if Jamaica can find, like, all right, let's give some names in the Manning Cup. There's a young, I just calling people, I don't know all the names, right? I just calling some names off of the top of my head. There are many other people, right? So watch me. There is this guy named Burkett at St. George's. There's Ainsworth from Cavaliers at Calabar. You have Duncan McKenzie at JC. These are some of the talent. You have other players out. You know some of the other players in the Doncaster Cup. I'm just calling some of the Manning Cup ones that I know. All right. You have Rochester. You have the same Jimenez at JC. Right? My question is, if these players are so excellent and so talented, why are they not? Why is there a pathway created or in some partnership created to get them in a European academy so that they can further develop? Because for years now, there's obviously a problem with the level of development of our talent once they reach 17. Listen, so let me just take this because CC is asking. CC's asking. Ricardo Morris never plays. He's asking a question because he keeps saying. So what CC is saying is, who plays in our league? Isn't that the point we're making? The point we're making, CC, is this: a player who is in the high school football this season, that we say, yo, them money a star. Look how JC win the title. All right, you remember the last KC team? That one, they had a forward guy, M name. You remember that KC team with the guy
Mackison.
With Mackison and all of those guys. I think Busy was in that team.
Yeah,
Nathan Thomas Arnold.
Trigger was in the team though.
Right. All right. When Mackison started playing for Harborview, I think he's in college now. He left and went.
Right.
All I'm saying, CC, is that when the players come out as good as they are in schoolboy league, and they leave at 19 years old and come into the Premier League, we say that the Premier League a bush league, and these stand out in high school coming at the bush league and still look ordinary.
But man, most of these players that play in the Manning Cup, they are playing for clubs from their small to also.
Yeah, man. All right.
Right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right.
If
they are playing. That's why most of these teams in town, they don't really start camp early at the country schools. I think most of the country schools are in problem because they don't really have any big clubs playing in the Premier League or stuff. But I can recall Flemings played for Tivoli while he was playing Manning Cup. Right?
Last season at 19. That is.
And I can recall And I can recall...
Trayvon Reed played. A lot of them is, follow what I'm saying, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So when, hear me now, man. Only Brown has made it. All right. If we ever, listen, here's what Brian Martin said. You see, from that, only Javian Brown from that KC team playing for Jamaica.
And the next thing to your man is man, you have to understand. Enough of these players that we call
Bebeto McDonald from Charlie Smith. Bebeto McDonald. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Pay for European scouts accommodation at hotel and airfare to watch like Manning Cup and the Casa Cup finals and Super. Yeah.
Can't do that. Because that's the only professional, I would say that's the only package that is well put together with proper, video where you can get clippings and stuff. One of the only.
CC, I think CC, you're missing the point. The point we're making, CC, is of course all the players who play, I would say most of the players have played schoolboy football. The genesis of the argument, though, right, is not if the players in the Premier League played schoolboy football. The genesis of the argument, CC, is why the players who play in the Da Costa Cup and the Manning Cup that we say are standout players. The one who scored the most goals this season. There was a state player called Demar James. And when he finished stats, he went to Reno. And he went to Reno. I don't know if he's even playing football now. So the point CC is this. As much as they are gifted and talented, do all kind of things, when they come into the Premier League, them don't perform. It's when them reach probably 25, 27, but there are people saying that the coach not giving them a chance in the national team. So that is the point of the argument, If they cannot make the Premier League team in Jamaica, or they're not going into Europe to dominate, they're not going into the college system to be dominant, how then are we going to say that the coach is not giving them a chance?
Man, you have to be careful with when you say players, because not all of them. You have players that did well, such as Messi Marsh. Paris did well also. Remember, Paris went with Cavaliers over the under 17 in Europe, right? And he was playing for Cavaliers from at under 17 level, come right up.
Yeah.
And at Dintil also.
Let me tell you this. Paris is from St. Anne. You see where Paris is at now? He went over there as a teenager. That is what I'm saying need to happen.
Right.
Because he's going to be more advanced. Because Paris could have played one more year, a schoolboy football,
Yeah, and he tell himself he's not play.
And he said he's not playing. He wants to go and play in Europe. That is what I'm saying.
Because you make a year in the league 2 years straight. You don't need to play a third year.
Yeah, why? You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Alexander? Why you need to
move on?
Yeah, but one of the things I want to know, as CC was saying, the coaches at the schoolboy level will develop these talent. Because if you are saying by the time they reach a Premier League, they can't make a Premier League team, that means the talent is not really good.
No, because they're not building the talent properly.
Right, because as I said, coaching education, these people who is coaching these guys, what are they coaching themselves? But if we are saying that talent at the D Cup level and the Manning Cup level is good and they can't make a Premier League, something is wrong with our focus on our football. What we think is good from what is not good enough. Maybe they're just ordinary. We're saying they're good.
And if you look at the teams or the players that are developed now, if you look in the D-mid position, hardly can find a quality D-mid in Jamaica whether in a schoolboy league or Premier League. So we're in a big problem right now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So the talent that is coming out is not good enough to play
so
at
it
the
comes
national
down
level.
So I am saying schoolboy league can be better based on if these coaches focus, I think coaches can do it if they focus on developing these players' technical ability so that their tactical ability can be easily taught whenever they're matriculate into a different system.
Look at this. Clarendon College had 7 national youth players in 1999. How many of them made the transition? Only Whitaker, the goalkeeper, made a few appearances. You had like Carnell Learman. Like I'm telling you, I don't listen. I can't go over. See, somebody put up all this guy named Kesson Hall from Stets.
Kesson Hall.
You understand me? So the truth is that something like I said, maybe it's coaching education, and I think some of these players are not putting it. When I listen to some of the older players, it's a problem. Let me tell you this, people. With Alex Marshall, people forget this. Alex Marshall was supposed to be in either, I think, is it Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund? One of those teams.
He went to Germany on trials, a multiple trials.
The man was supposed to be in Germany, and the man come back and play schoolboy football.
Bali, yeah.
What happened? He didn't make this.
No, he chose schoolboy football.
He chose schoolboy football.
Flemings also.
I am telling you that the point I'm making is there's something about the school system.
Wow.
That I don't know. I don't know if it's a kind of money pass.
In our time, it was wishing the opposite way. We really want to go foreign to play. In our time, In our time, we wanted to go. And now they're getting a chance to go and coming back.
Here it is. He was at Alex went to St. Paul FC in Germany and trials. And the man come back.
But man, you have to. I see why most of these players want to come back, because when they're in their school team, they are praised as the best and gods, and they're getting 3 square meal a day. The pastor then carrying them all over Jamaica, giving them the best life ever.
They're not looking on the long term.
They're not looking on the long term, the better life.
Yeah, better life and
better life
have
out there.
to them comfort because they make it that couple of years of they get a call in a big team.
Even the interview I did with Mr. Butler, my name's man.
Yeah.
He said that the JC old boy came and took away Fleming's passport, and he wanted to send Fleming's away from Jamaica to somewhere in Europe from early. Took away his passport.
Here you go.
You understand?
So the bonus is on winning the Manning Cup or the D Cup.
For the old boys.
And not the betterment of
not the betterment of.
My goodness.
And I think sometimes probably the parents get a lot. You understand? They never can. I don't know.
Them buy the parents fridge and stove.
And I don't know that. I don't know that.
No, well, this
big money, big money. Something
going.
I don't know. I can't.
What you guys telling me,
I can't.
The focus.
Yeah.
The focus, Mr. Alexander, is for some of the schools and most of the old boys is to win Manning Cup. I'm not gonna say all schools, because some schools tell the coaches that they're focusing on development. They want a grassroots program and stuff. But most of the schools, they want to win. Past students want to win. They fulfill their ego and stuff.
Right.
Listen, Alex Marshall. And let me tell you what, or let me give you 2 things. Alex Marshall is now benching in Canada, but I'm going to make a big point. Do you realize that when our athletes perform at champs, we lose some of them, but you know how many of them going to college yet, and you hear the name same way, doing well, you're still hearing about Kevona Davis. You go back and you check all the athletes, you hear them doing well, they come back on trials and you see them. Something is wrong with the football development because that don't happen. It don't happen. And we need to fix it, and it's part of the problem. So this crying out for youngsters to be given a chance. The national team is not for people to come and get chance.
But that's a system.
The national team is a place that when you go up on the field, you put in a performance.
But
that
man
you
is
can't
man.
get bench again.
But man is man. That's a system. Even the Premier League clubs do it so they can sell a player to make money. Once they get a cap, your price tag gone up. You know this. And one of the biggest problem to Mr. Alexander, we hardly have agents coming here or scout coming here to get name some agents. I'm one and two, maybe I can count on the finger how much agents in Jamaica.
Because the agents maybe realize our program is joke.
Listen,
Not really that.
No, but you're telling me
a dog out here.
You're telling me that a Ricardo Fuller who played for Tivoli, who is overseas now, couldn't help. Like a Ricardo Garner who played at Bolton, couldn't help like the club
in recruiting.
In saying, hey, let's bring over one Jamaican every year. Let's create a scholarship thing. We will bring one Jamaican every year to our club. You understand what I mean?
But that is where JFF come in though, to nurture the talent and have them in our system. So they can take from that. Have a competent coach. Develop them talent then. Yeah. So for instance, the art school team where you get I see a couple art school team come here and I see some few talents. But if they have them in our system, where you have this art school, like you have 22 players or 30 players, whatever, and working on it, someone who is good at that, working on them, then these clubs can take from those, because we can get recommendation from some of these top players who've been playing with overseas. But if we don't have anything, just a schoolboy level, I don't think nobody's gonna opt for that.
No, but Alexander, I won't be the one to say that schoolboy football is hampering, development. What I am saying is the onus or the belief of these players are wrong, of these people, administrators in the schoolboy system are wrong. If they could take up some of these guys and carry them overseas for preseason, so you carry Woolman's team over in preseason.
Let me ask you something, Ansi. If you are a scout in Europe and a man said to you, hey, we have 30 schoolboy playing in Jamaica, and the next man say, and the next 30 schoolboy, they are 17 and under, and they're playing in the schoolboy league in Jamaica, and the next man say, hey, listen, I have the same 30 youngsters, but they are playing in the pro league in Brazil. Where are you going to go to look for players?
You're going to Brazil,
All right. Why?
Because I would
hold on. If they say to you, listen, I have two sets of people for you to look at. One is playing high school football and one is playing professional football. They don't tell you which country. They just say, listen, we have two sets of youngsters we want to take you to look at. They are 17 and under. One set is playing high school football and the next set is playing professional football. Who are you going to look for?
Well, getting ready for professional football.
Well, I will look on the persons that are getting ready to play professional and who are playing professional. But I will also look.
Remove the name now. Remove the name now.
Well, I will also look on the schoolboy league if I get the chance.
No, because man, here's what I'm asking you. Me don't ask you if you get the chance. You are an international coach. Somebody says to you, listen, I can't tell you where I'm taking you. You're not going to know the place. But there are two sets of 30 players. There's one playing a schoolboy league. It's a top tier schoolboy league. I don't tell you the name, right? Then I said to you, but I have 30 that are playing in a professional club team. Where are you going?
All right, when I answer the question, can I say something after?
Yeah, man.
I'm going for the professional 30 players.
Go ahead and answer. What is it?
No, but you have to look at this too. Remember in 1998, Bibi Gardner was a schoolboy player, right?
Yeah. Bibi Gardner was a schoolboy? Yes.
Yeah, all right. Schoolboy playing for Woolman's.
You remember, yeah, but you remember how Bibi played in the match in the stadium, get called to the national team. You know what happened when the Bibi get him first game?
Tell me.
Gregory Messam gone home.
Right.
I am saying to you, the youngsters know when they come in, them not send home nobody. When you get a chance, you have to send home the next man.
That's true.
So they're not working hard enough.
Yep, they're not working hard enough. But people, we did say we're not going to finish and look how we got 35 minutes.
But,
all right, sir. Management, we'll catch up with you.
Hey, thanks for coming on, sir.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you coming on. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
one of these days or night, we come give the history, you know?
Yeah, man.
But man is man, more say one last thing though.
Go ahead. Yeah, man.
All right, in 1998, you know, our progress, our development was through the Brazilian system. We have a Brazilian coach. Most of our practice game was in Brazil and stuff like that. Most of our team that went to the World Cup, we carry them to Brazil. Why now we switch our focus to European style of football? And I believe that in order for us to create players to dominate in Europe, we have to come with some persons better than them. And we are preparing players similar to them. We need players that are better than them. And that's what Alfredo Montesa said on your interview.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me say this to you. So Dean will answer wrong, and when Bibi got the chance, Messam got hurt, which led to the opening for Bibi. It's when time Bibi come in.
Yeah, I was thinking that he got hurt.
Got hurt.
And then he couldn't get back in game.
Couldn't get back in game.
Yeah.
Right? So the point I'm making is that a lot of these players, when they get the opportunities now, that's what they have to do. They have to do that. They have to do that. They don't, I'm telling you, some of these guys, they don't work hard enough. Every past player that come on this platform has told me how them used to run and how them used to go this place and that place and how often them used to train. Listen, when football done, you know what them money do? Some of them don't even go back to school. And I walk up and down one
football season.
Football season done. When football season done for the 3 months, football for them is done. You have to apply the 10,000 hour rules if you want to be good at anything, brother. That's how you develop your talent. Practice, 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 practice. They have the talent, but talent is everywhere. Remember, when people say they have talent, Brazil have more talent than Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you believe that? Argentina have more talent. So if they have more talent than us, you know what we can beat them at? It's not the talent count. It is hard work. That is what our youngsters need to know. That they can find somebody in Brazil who can shift just like them.
We have better attributes than Brazil than in terms of speed and strength. Naturally.
But they're not being exposed to the higher level.
Right. Our IQ is not there, not all. The brain for the game is not there, not all.
Right.
But man, is never answer my question.
What is the question? Sorry.
I was talking about when we were preparing in the 1998, the under 17 team that went to the World Cup, the under 20 team that went. We used the Brazilian system style of play, the coaches and etc. Now we switch to a European based philosophy, and it's not working for us.
I don't know where you get. Listen, I have to talk to a player who will say to me that we're using a Brazilian type of play. Like, Dean, you're in here. Were we using a Brazilian type of play? Because listen, Jamaica was using a lot of long ball, a lot of squares and things,
Yeah, but we had a lot of skilled players.
No, like
skill one-on-one, focusing on one-on-one.
Having skilled players don't mean that you have Brazilian type of play. Europe have skilled players as well.
No, but remember, Brazil take focus on that, That's one of their most important. You remember when they interview? When they interview Alfred, man?
Yeah, but follow me.
What did he say?
No. Alfred made a completely different point than what you're making.
No.
What you're saying is that in the 1998 campaign, we were playing a Brazilian brand of football. Right? That's what you said, right?
Similar.
A similar brand of football like what the Brazilian team played.
Right.
All right? And now we're playing a European brand of football.
Yes,
I don't agree with that. That's what
Why
I'm
you
saying.
don't agree? Why you don't agree?
I don't think we are playing a European brand of football now.
What we are playing?
Jamaican brand.
This is not Jamaican brand. Something different from how we used to play.
And I
are we playing like how we were playing 98?
It's a different set of personnel.
I'm just asking. Yes or no, man?
Who is it? Hold on. Hold on. Somebody saying that we're playing 98 replay from just like Brazil. Who's saying that we're playing just like Brazil in 1998? Listen, I'm not going to take up this conversation. Maybe I'm going to talk to the national players. Jamaica. Do we remember? Let me remind Jamaica what happened in 1998 at the World Cup. Brazil and France went to the World Cup final. Brazil had Ronaldo, Rivaldo. You remember that Brazil team that lost and came back and won? Come on, man. 98. Let me tell you what I believe. I tell people, and when I don't want to go back over it, 98, I think we had a better group of players. Let me give you an example. I don't think the present left back is better than the left back in 1998.
Better group or better coach?
Better coach. Yeah, better coach.
They prepare better, man.
Better coach. Better coach. Better management system.
Right.
And the players to me
preparation was way better.
Right. And so what do I mean by that? When I look at the Whitmore role in that team, Cargill role in that team, when I look at the players, the Linval Dixon, Dean Sewell, Shorty Malcolm, Durant Brown, Pepe Goodison, when I compare them to some of the players in the present team, they are not the Walter boy. It's hard for some of them man now get game in there, you know. So you had
and those were some proud players representing the country, you know, or some proud players, you know.
Yeah. But here's a national player in that time saying we were playing a more South American type philosophy of play, which connects with our street football mentality. But now, because of the European influx, the appearance of play seems different.
So you're saying it was wrong when we went for Schaefer?
Yeah.
Is it Schaefer influence on us? We went for the German?
Yeah, I don't know.
So Dean Sewell and Zane are one is one. So
no, Dean Sewell is agreeing with me. He's not agreeing with you. We weren't playing like Brazil.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with me.
Brethren, Jamaica
South American type of football.
Jamaica was not playing like Brazil, brother.
Well, I should say a South American type of football. Sorry.
When I can bring things so far, man said Jamaica play like Brazil. We weren't playing like Brazil, but
Brazilian style or South American type of football. Like, put it
more South American because
but the country that we went to and play and prepare and camping was Brazil.
But watch this now. But we cannot use that same style because we don't have most of our players don't even play in Jamaica anymore. How many of the players on the national team are playing in Jamaica?
That's true, because we go for English based there.
We not go for English, and we not go for English. But all right, forget about the English-based players. How many of the other players outside of the English-based players play in Jamaica?
I don't play in Jamaica.
I don't play in US.
In a Europe,
USA.
Yeah. Or Europe.
And
how many play in Europe? I know Nicholson play in Europe.
Nicholson Bailey.
Yeah.
What happened to Turgot?
Turgot?
Coach sidelining.
Somehow they said that the coach forgot about Turgot.
Sidelining.
No footballer still. When Schaefer came, he wanted to develop players and their knowledge on how to play the game. This is from a former national player. Yeah, yeah. Jamaica. Thank you, coach. Jamaica were not playing no Brazilian style football in 1998. Yeah, so.
But we were playing a South American style of football in 1998.
Brethren, we had a group of players who had some heart. We had the management was better, the coach was better, and I think we had some good talent in the team.
We had little identity too.
Yeah. Like I could tell you, like when Baby goes, Pepe come. Like there are certain things, and that is because the players live together. So certain things are different. It's harder now, you know.
Someone is man. So what changes? What changed? What changed? Why we are in this difficulty right now?
What changed? The coach, the leadership, and where the players play.
Is it better for us that
the three main components as to why we qualify has changed?
But is it better that we have players playing in professional leagues overseas?
Yeah.
Or is it bad?
But you have this is a very good point. Here's the thing that I think Coach Whitmore should have been given the opportunity to go and learn a European style of coaching with what he has in terms of CONCACAF and Jamaica. Why? Because majority of the players that he will use will come out of that area. Yeah, you understand what I mean, Coach Alexander? Yeah. Like he should have been probably gone on some 6 months in Germany or England or do some courses in Europe to understand that, seeing that the majority of the players in his team were going to come from there. It would help him, and he adds that to what he knows in the Jamaican context, and both things merge.
Man is one. That's why people will bash me, because I don't think a Jamaican coach should be coaching the team.
I can agree with that, because there are Jamaican coaches like Ultimate Butler is a Jamaican coach. Desmond Gaddafi Smith is a Jamaican coach.
Unless we never finished today now.
Darren Moore is a Jamaican coach.
Unless them understand the European that never finish and say no.
You just add on that.
No man, that I'm gonna say, but I wait for hear what you're gonna say now, you know.
Yeah.
Unless them understand the European style of play, because that's where most of our players are right now. Right or wrong?
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that a Jamaican coach could still do that if he goes to Europe and get, like I said, get the requisite knowledge. You know?
But them never send him.
Well, yeah.
Jeff not investing on nobody.
Not investing on nothing, that ever say.
You notice what Miguel Cole had to do? Pay it out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
So
hey, people, listen, every time I say that we're going to close.
Football never stop talking about it, man. You have to just close the show.
So listen, let me just close out. This is what to big up our sponsors.
Each time we'll go to a subject.
Yeah, Peso, you didn't tell the people that you won and you got your $500 credit immediately. So thanks to the sponsor of the credit. We always giving our credit. So people, you can ask Peso to send you some credit. He won $500 credit tonight. So you can ask him to send you some credit. And thing, right? But I want to also say thanks to our other sponsors who are Tricknick. And Tricknick is a Jamaican-owned company. Oh, Tricknick is in the building. Look at these people. See, you get to see him face here, right? Tricknick is in the building. Yeah, Tricknick is a Jamaican who operates his business over there in Canada. And see, right, our other person who won, he's telling you people that the package for our second winner in the United States, the package was shipped. I think Jarvis Paris was the first winner. He got his package. And so, yeah, so Tricknick, you need to tell us when you're having a next giveaway. You understand me? And people need to support Tricknick because he's supporting the channel. You understand me? So he is a Jamaican-owned company that operates over there in Canada, and they sell jerk marinade, jerk sauce, barbecue sauce. Listen, bam, 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 bam. Not only that, but guess what? They also sell curry paste. Check them out. All right. Hot pepper sauce. And they use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products. And they're offering 25% discount on all their products. You have to shop though at www.tricknick.ca, and there's a wonderful, 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 wonderful shipping package they have. If that doesn't work for you, you can also check. They're also on Amazon as well. So check out Tricknick, right? It's TRIC. It's right there. TRICNIC. www.tricknick.ca. And a lot of you are asking when the super chat coming and all of those things. Give us some time, you know. We're working on it. But really appreciate it, Shatter. You keep checking on that. So please keep putting that money in that piggy bank. So when the super chat comes, you can just empty out that piggy bank and put it all in there. All right. There you go. There you go. www.tricknick.ca. That's where you can go and check them out. And listen, he also has a channel, Tricknick Cooks, where he, if you can't cook, or you want to surprise your spouse, your wife, your girlfriend, your baby mother, or if a female is in the group, your husband and thing, right? Here's what you do. You go over there and, I mean, yeah, all kind of exquisite stuff. So check that out. What are the products? All right, so we're going to close by showing you a couple of their products that they have so you can buy them. Thanks again. Listen, we have a big show. I want to tell you about this. Sunday at 5 p.m. because we want to do this before Coach Me the show starts. So 5 p.m. on Sunday, we're having Dean Sewell, Gregory Messam, Paul Young, and Altiman Butler previewing the USA game and looking back at the El Salvador game. You don't want to miss that. We will have a next very special guest for you. Yeah, Antonio. Somebody said Antonio not in training today. Yeah, he had a slight, not anything major. It shouldn't affect him playing in the game. But they just decided to kind of keep him out of the training because he had got a little touch, a little, yeah.
Someone is one. Tell him about our show Friday, Friday, 11 o'clock.
Oh.
Big show that to you.
Show?
Yeah, man.
No, man. We can't promote two shows. We have to promote the show on Sunday. No, easy, man. We can't promote two shows at the same time. But you know that we cover the schoolboy football, and so we're doing the schoolboy football show on Friday. So check out with
a lot of big coach, make some big talk. We need to highlight it.
Yeah, man. Again, thanks to everyone for staying with us. Thank you, one and all. Yeah, man. Really, really appreciate it. Sir Alexander, blessings. Thanks for coming on, man. Looking forward to meeting and talking with you again. Coach.
All right.
Javon Parchment, bless up. All right. See more Tricknick picking up all this stuff. Yeah, man. All right, so people are going to end with a word from our sponsors. So just check this out right now. Here we go.
Of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Tricknick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?